It was thrust like lightning. A spearhead thrust to pierce my heart. Wait, hold on. I forgot to turn on my computer. Trying to dodge it would be useless. Being lightning, it's invisible to the human eye. But, hold on. The lightning that tries to pierce me is repelled by the moonlight that tries to save me. Clang, a beautiful sound. No, the sound before me is heavier than steel. The armor she's wearing is not as beautiful at all, as unrefined as the cold night. The sound wasn't beautiful at all. It's actually the sound of steel. It's just that the night is beautiful enough to turn into a charming sound like a bell.
とう、あなたが私のマスターか?
She asked in a voice that lights up the darkness.
召喚に従い参上し
Be
た。
able to turn off the HD in the settings, right? No, it didn't let me. So many servant masters, yeah. Relationship? Is that Ilya? Have you watched the anime, Faye? No. Who? Can you send the download link? Okay, sorry, now it's working. Okay, anyways.
これより我が剣はあなたと共にあり、あなた
I
の
know
運命
Ilya
は
hasn't
私と
watched
共にある。
Plays Beta. I've watched a
契約は
series
完了した。
called Prisma Ilya, and I didn't know it was part of the Fate. Apparently it's like a spin-off of the Fate series. This is the new version, so maybe it turned off automatically. Oh, okay. So but I barely remember it. I watched it when I was in like high school. There's so many Fates, yeah. Yes, the contract has been completed. When she chose me as her master. I'm sure I swore to help her too. The moonlight still lights up the darkness. As if following the night's example, the shed again falls silent. Time has stopped. The scene lasts less than a second. But I remember the scene vividly, even when I've gone to hell. The face slightly turned, the quiet green eyes. The instant becomes an eternity. The blue outfit symbolizing her sways in the wind. A faint blue light filters in. Garfield thankfully has less work on a Monday. Golden hair shines in the moonlight. Fate. This is a story from 10 years ago. I'm watching someone I know very well. Tall man with a deep-featured face, who to my knowledge has never told a joke, is patting my head. No, that's not quite right. I guess he doesn't know how much strength to use. So, to be more accurate, he's grabbing my head and mashing it around. I guess that's only to be expected. After all, that's the first time he's ever patted my head.
それでは行くが、後のことは分かっているな。
Is that the Oscar of the story? Guys, let's agree it's Whitrin for the win. Oscar's her own person. I answer the deep voice with a polite yes. The man patting my head nods once, lets go, and stands up. So that was it. If I'd known that it was our final moment together, I would have made him laugh with my best jokes. I'd practiced telling him jokes a lot and hoped that I could bring a smile to his grave face. I guess you could say I was sad that I couldn't tell him of any of them.
成人するまでは教会に貸しを作っておけ。それ以後の判断はお前に任せる。お前ならば 一人でもやっていけるだろう。
Even though he said such things, I guess he was still worried. He told me about the heirloom jewels, the jewels inherited from the master, and how to manage the basement. As he was telling me all the things I didn't know, I realized even as a child that most likely he wouldn't be coming back. But where it started, not a war between countries, but a war between people. The only ones at war were 7 people. In a situation like this, the word war should be unsuitable, but here's a different story, as the ones in conflict are Magi. The 7 Magi, each from a different faction, had started to compete for unknown reasons and killed each other in unknown ways. The man standing before me was one of them. He was too in a position to kill or be killed. Bunny, do you like Harry Potter? I've never really seen it. Harry the Potato. He must have known more keenly than I did that his time was near.
リン、
I figured this was written.
いずれ聖杯は現れる。あれを手に入れるのは遠坂の義務であり、何より
You like the
魔
future
術師であ
diary,
ろうと
right?
するのなら
Yeah, I love future diary.
避けては通れない道だ。
You know. Once more, he patted my head and laughed. That was the end. The last time I saw the man who entered the Holy Grail War as a master and died. The man who was my teacher as well as my father.
いってらっしゃいませ、お父様。
See him off politely. I knew I was on the verge of crying, but I shed no tears. I loved him. He was a great father and a great magus. Among magi, there are only obstinate people. In the whole world, I don't think anyone had a better character than his. Magi. He taught me as a teacher and loved me as a father. That's why I decided to choose my path according to what he left me in the end.
リン、いずれ聖杯は現れる。あれを手に入れるのは遠坂の義務であり、何より魔術師であろうとするのなら
Wait, I've heard his voice before.
避けては通れない道だ。
Who voices her father? I've heard this before. In the
あれを手に入れるのは遠坂の義務であり、何より
It's Rudolph!
魔術師であろうとするのなら避けては通れない道だ。
Mm-hmm.
あれを手
Listen
に
to
入
it
れる
again.
のは
It's Rudolph.
遠坂の義務であり、何より魔術師であろうとするのなら避けては通れない道だ。
I'm looking it up. Well, he voices Aizen. Let me see what else. I have to look this up right now. He's Zarvan, he's Wolfwood. Hold on, let me look up Umineko. Hold on. Oh, never mind, I was wrong. I was wrong. God, it really sounded like it though. Oh well. That's why at that moment my path was to serve.
よし、それじゃあ一つ気合い入れて一人前になりますか。
It's only natural for a student to follow the words of their teacher. Since then, through many twists and turns, I, Tosaka Rin, have matured. It's been 10 years since the winter day on which my father went to war. I haven't exactly been waiting for this moment, but I am excited. It's only natural. The event that I have never forgotten about is about to start. Something is ringing. Bring, bring.
うるさい。止まれ。
Sound doesn't stop. It rings loudly as if I'm an enemy.
はいよ、もう。昨日は遅くまでやってたんだから。
Should let me sleep in a bit longer. No, it has to let me sleep in. I was deciphering my father's will until earlier this morning, and I've used up too much magical energy. In other words, my mind and body are dead tired.
もう。憂鬱の
Hi,
期間のや
Jeremy.
つ。
Bring, bring, bring. The alarm clock doesn't speak my language, so why does the ringing sound like it's telling me you're gonna be late?
遅刻はまずい。
Well, it depends on the situation. I'm a good student, but maybe I can go to school at the last moment just for today.
そうそう。あらかじめ30分ずらして目覚ましをセットしたんだから、あと30分は眠れるはず。
Huh? Isn't that strange?
30分。
Look at the alarm clock drowsily. The clock is pointing exactly at 7. I usually get up at 6:30, so the spare 30 minutes have already been used up. Oh, why can't I think when I wake up? Stare at the alarm clock for several seconds. Shutting it off, I decide to get out of bed. 1 second. Oh, thank God she turned it off. Yeah, I don't know why visual novels do that for so long, and it's like you can just do it for a little bit and we get the point. Passing through the cold hallway, I enter the cold living room. It's 7 o'clock on the last day of January. Fuyuki City is usually pretty warm in the winter, but this morning it's as cold as any other city. I can even see my breath indoors. And on top of that, there's no one else in the house to warm it up.
暖房。
Turning on the heater, I head to the bathroom. At times like this, living on your own is inconvenient. If there were someone to wake up before me, the living room would be warm by now. Should have seen it. The main menu music has a phone ringing and the melody during. I wash my face at the sink. I brush my long hair and get ready. A cold morning, a cold sink. The only advantage is the cold water clears your sleepiness completely. Tie my ribbon and I'm all ready. All I have to do is eat breakfast and head out. Looking at the clock, it's only a bit past 7, and oops,
なんだ。
I'm a bit
これなら
disappointed.
走っていく必要もないか。
Then again, I'd never do anything as clumsy as running a school anyway. It is the custom of the Tosaka family to act with composure and elegance at all times. Taking a custom like that seriously must mean that my family originated from a very high-class background indeed. Owning this old Western-styled mansion is proof of that, and on top of it, the Tosaka family is a bloodline of sorcerers able to use the power of magic. Talking about age, our family has an ancient history.
まあ自慢できることでもないんだけど。
Actually, I can't speak openly about it at all. Oh, by the way, I Tosaka Rin am a magus. Who on earth can I brag to like that? Magic is just what it sounds like, magic. I don't care if you get ideas like abracadabra or whatever. You can just think of us as people who do strange things by casting spells. Though it's not like we fly around on brooms or make stars appear with a wave of a wand. Well, we could do that, but we don't bother as it's kind of meaningless. We're basically heretics who hide ourselves from the world. We're prohibited from standing out, and even if we weren't, we would rather be at home studying magic. On top of that, the word sorcerer is completely inaccurate. To be precise, there are only 5 sorcerers in the world. Things that no one can do, things beyond the ability of modern science. The one who can make such miracles are the ones we call sorcerers. Miracles can never be achieved regardless of time of effort, those we call sorcery. Those things that are mysterious but achievable with time and effort, those we call magic. That's why what I do is called magic rather than sorcery. It's complicated, but that's how it works, so just accept it. To be honest, the modern world doesn't recognize the existence of magic. As we believe, control, and learn things that are immeasurable, our existence is incomplete with the modern world. Just fixing something. Because it's kind of meaningless. Going to a normal school and becoming a normal adult will bring you far more happiness than studying magic. Human technology is great. In the past few hundred years, it's been leading the way ahead of magic. Nothing is impossible for humans. The miracles only once possible through magic are now tools and not miraculous at all. Still, magic has its good points. Just as there are things possible only through science, there are also things possible only through magic. It was the master of the Tosaka family who said that if science is moving towards the future, magic is moving towards the past. Something about the past and the future ending up at the same place, everything always running towards the 0 point. Let's put out these difficult discussions. They should wait until we're old. Finishing breakfast, I grabbed my bag.
Sorry. ペンダント持っていかないと。
I really want to take the thing to school, but it'd be a waste to just leave it there.
何しろ100年ものの石だものね。うちにある宝石の中じゃダントツで最強だし。
That's an understatement. It's much stronger than that. I found this after decoding Father's Will last night. Contains the equivalent of 10 years of my magical energy. There was said to be an heirloom, and this might as well be it. We, the Magi of Tosaka, are skilled at the transformation of power. We put our magical energy into the jewels whenever we have free time. To put it simply, the jewels are bullets and we are the gun. The only thing that I can say I received from my father is the magical crest of the Tosaka family engraved on my left arm. In essence, this is proof of the successor, and it's like a tattoo that condescends all the inherited magic of the Tosaka family.
まだ始まったわけじゃないけど、用心に越したことはないか。
Put the pendant, which can now be said to be my father's memento, into my pocket.
切り札だものね。これに秘められた魔力な
That
ら
was truly horrible
できないことはないぐらい
analogy.
なんだ
Crystals
し。
are the bullets, more than good. It's 7:30. I should get going or I'll be late for school.
シュリースン、フィアファレントライ。
I weave my works with magic energy quickly. Being a magist, you can't let my guard down when I leave my house. You know, there's never been a single robber, or wandering child, nor a stray cat, and I don't think my neighbor has ever come to say hello either.
別にいいけどね。野良猫でさえ入ってこないってどういうことよ。
Look up at the mansion I've grown some accustomed to over the years. Ryuki is certainly a strange city with many Western-styled houses on this side of town and an area full of Japanese-styled houses just beyond the intersection. I guess it's because many foreign families came to live here a long time ago, but even so, I don't see many foreigners around here now. There's a foreigner cemetery in the new city across the river, but it only has the graves of the first generation of families.
日本の土が合わなかったのかな。
Go to the church and ask the priest sometimes. He knows about lots of boring things.
あれ
Stepping inside, I feel a certain incongruity.
なんだろう。思ったより静かなんですけど。
It's especially quiet with no sense of the morning's noisiness. It's at 7:30. The street should be filled with students going to school and people going to work. Oops, sorry.
まあこういう日もあるか。
Perhaps everyone slept in today. It's unusually cold, so I bet everyone's still wrapped up in their warm beds.
はあ、けどさすがに。
George, I haven't seen even one student so far. 7:30, you can usually see people in uniform here and there. But I'm the only person at the school gates, and it looks like the clubs are just starting their morning practice. In other words, the only explanation is...
あれ
遠坂、今朝は一段と早いのね。
やっぱりそうきたか。
The small sigh turned to the girl who addressed me.
おはよう。今日も寒いねこりゃ。
Girl speaking frankly is Mitsuzuri Ayako. She's my classmate in 2A, and there are a lot of stories about her.
おはよう三辻さん。つかぬことを聞くけど今何時だかわかる？
ん？何時って7時前じゃない。
She raised her hand in front of me, wondering if I'm alright. She's one of the few friends who knows I'm not a morning person. In other words, she thinks I'm not fully awake yet.
うちの時計1時間早かったみたい。しかも軒並み。目覚まし時計はおろか柱時計まできっかり早まってた。
Do they do daylight savings too? Really, what's going on here? Did Father arrange for all the clocks to go mad when the pendant was removed from the basement?
遠坂、
気にしないで。別に大したことじゃないから。それより三辻さんは今日も朝練？
ええ、弓道部は問題児も多いし、うまいのが一人減ったからね。4月の新入生獲得のために少しぐらいは見栄えを良くしとかないと。
そう。気苦労が絶えないのね、相変わらず。
他人事だからって言ってくれるわ。あ、ついでだから見ていく？遠坂が見学する分には男どもも喜ぶけど。
弓道部か。
I have 3 acquaintances in the archery club. One is Ayako, the person before me right now, and the other 2 are people I barely talk to. And for one of those 2, the word acquaintance doesn't really suffice. I became friends with Ayako because I had simply been watching the archery club from afar.
そうね。様子を見るだけなら付き合うわ。早く来すぎたからやることもないし。
よし、じゃあ善は急げ。
The impressive archery range is one of our school's outstanding aspects. Perhaps the director is just interested in archery, but the range is much too fancy for a mere school club.
ほらほら、まだ開始まで時間があるし、中でお茶しようぜ、遠坂。
Happy about something, Ayako drags me in by the hand. It's a bad habit of hers. She talks like a guy when she's expressing her true feelings. As Ayako said, there's no one in here. While sipping hot tea, we prepare for today's class. The tea tastes really good in this open winter environment.
さて、単刀直入に聞くけど、そっちの調子はどうなのよ、遠坂。いい加減頼りになる相棒は見つかった？
So, there's no one else around. Ayako comes straight out and asks me a ridiculous question.
ほんと、いきなり本題に入るのね、あなたは。その言いぶりだと、そっちはもう見つけたんだ。
ノーコメント。遠坂が手を沸かすまではこっちも秘密さ。で、どうなのよ。その疲れた顔を見ると、
こっちもノーコメント。ってあなたに隠してもどうせ見抜かれるか。残念ながらこっちはまだよ。綾子の方はお互いのんびりしてる余裕はないはずだけど。
そうなんだけど、私も雲行きは怪しいわ。とりあえず取り繕うことはできるけど、ことがことでしょ。この先の命運がかかってるんだから妥協するわけにもいかないし。
勝手に決めて私に負けるのも嫌？
もちろん。私にとって重要なのはあんたを任すことだもの。何が手に入るとか何を手に入れるとかは二の次よ。
She laughs boldly.
似た者同士ね、私たち。
ええ、初めて会った時に言ったでしょ。あんたとはそういう関係にあるんだって。
Yes, she did indeed. I was certainly surprised when our first meeting she said we'll probably end up with a killer be-killed relationship. Or in other words, unless we go all out against one another, we'll never really be friends. I'd agreed with her on that, and that's why we've had a friend or foe relationship for 2 years.
ところでさ、私たちなんでこんな話してるんだっけ？
なんでって言い出したのは遠坂でしょ。あんたがいつまでも彼氏がいないのは女としてどうよなんてこぼすもんだから。 なら3年になる前にどっちが先に男作るかって勝負になったんじゃない。
ああ、そうだった。売り言葉に買い言葉ってやつだった。で、遅れを取った方が一日言いなりになるんだっけ？
ええ、今時子供でも交わさない約束だけど、あんたと私に限って往生際が悪いってことはないでしょ。どんな結果になろうと負けた方はおとなしく勝者に従うことになる。
Ayako laughs. Honestly, she's so serious about this. Mitsuzuri Ayako is such a difficult person to deal with. Though I can't wait to beat her either, so neither of us are people you want to deal with.
そう。けど三辻さん、楽しむのは結構だけど、目的を違えないよう気をつけなさい。勝負の内容は後先だけじゃないでしょ。
分かってるって。遠坂より早く遠坂が心底羨ましがるような関係にならないと完全勝利とは言えないからね。まあ私たちにとってはそれが一番厄介な問題なんだが、どんなにいい男だろうと好きになれなきゃ意味がない。
Ayako sighs heavily. To my knowledge, Ayako is said to hate men. Rumors are never to be trusted, however. She suggested this match rather than hating men. I think she just didn't have a chance. That aside,
ちょっと、私たちって何よ、私たちって。断っておきますけど、私はそっちと違って冷血感じゃありません。
ああ、それ嘘。もしくは気づいていないだけ。遠坂が男を気にかけるなんてことは絶対ないもの。今まで数えきれないぐらい告白されたくせに一つも色良い返事してないじゃない。少しでも興味があるなら付き合おうって思うでしょ。
発想が貧困ね。その場合、すでに好きな相手がいるから断ってるって話もありじゃない？
うわ、すっごい美談。いいね、そういうの。ロマンだな。
Ayako nods seriously, not making fun of me. Her sigh says, wouldn't it be nice if that was the case? Jeez. I really can't keep anything from her.
そうね。私もそう思う。
Well, it's exactly as she says. I know myself how cold I am.
認めるわ。私、こと恋愛に関しては素人みたい。
そういうこと。似た者同士だって言ったの遠坂でしょ。
I'm pretty sure Ayako might be my type. I'm not sure though.
ってもうじき7時か。秘密の話はこの辺にしとこう。いつ人がやってくるかわからないし、朝になったら学生らしく振る舞わないとな。
まあ、三辻さんにもそういう世間体があったなんて意外だわ。ええ、これだけでも早起きした甲斐があったみたい。
あんたほど筋金入ってないけどね。私の世間体なんて遠坂凛に比べたら灯籠の斧ってもんよ。あ、
She gives an exaggerated sigh. Both of the teas she made are now empty, and it's my turn to make it.
で、遠坂はどうして部活に入らないのよ。運動神経がないなんてされ事は聞かないからね。
あら、肺活量では三辻さんに負けたわよ、私。あと、体重も三辻さんのが上だったけど。
やったー、重さで3キロ上回ったって体重で勝っても嬉しくないってのよ、この。
She slams on the table.
危ない。お茶がこぼれるでしょ、三辻さん。首相なんだから道場は大事になさい。
うるさい。私は首相である前に遠坂のライバルだ。部員がいなけりゃあんたに食ってかかるのは当然よ。
Ayako looks at me with narrowed eyes. The girls are untensed beauty, as she always says. Beautiful people do some kind of martial arts. She's a bold person, experienced in most martial arts. She joined the archery club with no experience and is now the captain as if it were only natural. She's probably one of the top 3 people in the school you should never disobey regardless of gender.
あら、部員がいなければ首相じゃないなんて問題発言じゃない？それ。
問題発言なもんですか。私はお飾りの首相だから できることって言ったら不良部員を取り締まることだけよ。私以上にしゃがりっぱなやつがいるんだから、首相としての面目なんてないわ。
そうなの？藤村先生、三辻さんは飛び抜けてうまいって言ってたけど。
あの人がそう言うんならそりゃ少しは自信が持てるけど、まあいなくなっちまったやつのことなんて考えても仕方ないか。そうね、藤村先生がそう言ってくれたんなら真面目に首相やんないとまずいか。
そうそう、噂をすれば影。そろそろ部員がやってくる頃でしょ。
何、見ていかないの？シャ。
見てもわからないもの。遠くから眺める分にはいいけどね。不心得者が道場にいるわけにはいかないでしょ。
Just as I rise, someone enters the range.
おはようございます、首相。
ああ、おはようマト。今朝は一人？
はい、力になれず申し訳ありません。
ああ、いいっていいって。本人が弓をやらないって言うんなら無理をさせても仕方がない。
Ayaka dresses the club members enter.
それじゃあ失礼するわ。また後でね、三辻さん。
ああ、また後でね、遠坂。
お疲れ様です、遠坂先輩。ありがとう。さくらもしっかりね。
Leave the range, try not to interrupt them.
やあ遠坂、おはよう。朝から君に会えるなんてついてるな。
Bad luck, I brought into someone I don't want to see. Think you're Sakura, maybe? That's what I was thinking too, Golden. You and I are on the same wavelength.
おはよう、マト君。今日は早いのね。
当たり前だろ、首相なんだから。早めに来ないと1年に示しがつかないじゃないか。
Smiling guy is Mato Shinji of Class 2C. He's the vice captain of the archery club and owner of the hearts of half the girls at the school. Kind of an idol, good looking, good grades, social and kind of girls. I'm not too well informed in such areas, so I've only heard all this from my classmates.
そう。ご機嫌なところ悪いんだけど、一文字抜けてるわ、マト君。大事な字だから忘れない方がいいと思うけど。
ん？一文字抜けてるって何がさ？
幸福の福。字は違うけど響きは一緒でしょ、副首相さん。気をつけなさい。別に首相も副首相も変わらないけど、変に意識するとこだわってるみたいに聞こえるでしょ。
そうだね、今後は気をつける。ありがとう遠坂。
お礼を言われるようなことはしてないけど、まあマト君がそう思ったのなら私には関係ないか。
Bidding him goodbye, leave the range.
ちょっと待てよ、見学に来たんだろ。なら見ていけばいいじゃないか。遠坂なら大歓迎だよ。
遠慮するわ。練習の邪魔をしたくないもの。
そんなの構わないよ。他の連中が気に障るんなら締め出すからさ。
だから邪魔をする気はないって言ってるでしょ。それに私別に弓道に興味があるわけじゃないから、知らないやつの射を見ても嬉しくないわ。
ん？なんだよ遠坂。へえ。だっていうのに放課後になると遠くから見てたのはそういうわけかな。
Do they get together or something? Is there flirtation here, or is that just his personality? I don't know what he thinks the reason was, but he's undoubtedly making a big misunderstanding.
なんだ、知ってたの、マト君。
ああ、よく目があったんだぜ僕と遠坂。射を終えてさ、斬新の時に限って
Oh my
遠
god.
坂は僕を見ていたろ。声を返したかったけど一応決まりでね。
This is so
射場では声を上げ
ill.
ちゃいけないんだ。
As if happy about something, he moves in closer to me. His smile carries a sense of superiority.
勘違いしてたよ。遠坂は弓が好きなんだと思ってたけど、弓道には興味がないんだろ。
Oh, I see now. Yes, the conversations could certainly have been taken that way.
離れてくれないかしら、マト君。私、あまり人に近寄られるのは好きじゃないし。
ん？何？遠坂？
あきれた。ここまで言ってもわからないのね。趣味じゃないけど仕方ないか。簡単にあなたにも理解できるように言ってあげる。
Freaking types like him. I
いい
can't.
マト君。私は弓道に興味がない以上にあなたに興味はないって言ってるのよ。実際あなたが車上にいたなんて今初めて知ったぐらいだし、きっとこれからも目に入らないわ。
なんだと？
As if I've angered him, he reaches out for me violently. I easily avoid it and turn my back on him. Woo!
それじゃあねマト君。自意識過剰なのも結構だけど、ほどほどにしておいた方がいいわよ。
遠坂、お前。
Sounds like he wants to say more, but it doesn't seem like he's gonna scream or come after me. Geez, he's really is all show. If he was just a little bit more mature, he wouldn't be so much trouble for the people around him. Ren is so cool. They're so funny. I don't think she's quite Asuka, but I like her. From the back of the school, but I can see why it was related. You know what I mean? I can see why it was related with that air of superiority kind of thing. But I don't quite think she's Asuka. In the back of the school where the archery range is based, I entered the school building. It's past 7, but I can't see anyone in the hallway.
あれ遠坂さんだ。
おはようございます藤村先生。
おはよう遠坂さん。ちゃんと挨拶してくれて先生は嬉しいよ。
Strange woman seems to be crying of happiness. And yeah, she's super. By Asuka, he meant tsundere. And yeah, she's super tsundere. Yeah, she definitely seems tsundere for sure. It's hard to believe, but this person of surpassing friendliness and cheerfulness is a teacher at this school.
先生、ちゃんと挨拶をする以外にする挨拶があるのでしょうか。
うん、あるわよ。1年生はちゃんと挨拶してくれるんだけどね、上級生になってくると私の名字で挨拶しないんだから。
はあ、よくわかりませんけど、先生に失礼なことはしませんが。
よしよし。ああ、みんながみんな。
Whoops. Sorry, something fell on my keyboard. Fujimura sensei waves goodbye and leaves. Wait, isn't this Ava's VA? Oh, really? It is?
よしよし。
Oh, I can hear it.
ああ、みんながみんな遠坂さんみたいだったらいいのにな。
Aww. I'm with Ava. And Ava is also Takano, which is crazy. What a queen VA, for real. Fortunately, she isn't my homeroom teacher. She teaches English. She has such a kind face, but she also has a black belt in Kendo, and I hear she was respected as the Tiger of Fuyuki in her student days. Though that's a bit strange. Wouldn't a tiger normally be feared, not respected? Apparently in a good mood, Fujimura-sensei heads for the archery range. For some reason, she's in charge of the archery club and not the Kendo club. It's almost 7:30. Can see a few students doing club activities outside, but there's no sign of anyone in the school building. But still.
遠坂。
Oh, not the nerd type! Get away from me, intellectual! I bump into someone who greets me rudely.
あら生徒会長、こんな朝早くから校舎の見回り？それとも各部室の手入れかしら。どっちでもいいけど相変わらず豆ね、そういうとこ。
そういうお前こそ何を企んでいる。
I burnt my tacos,
部
don't
活動
care,
もしていな
no.
いお前がこんな早くに何の用か。
ただの気まぐれよ。竜斗くんちみたいに早起きじゃないもの、私。
The student president makes an unhappy face. For some reason, I seem to be his enemy. I really don't know why. Perhaps it's because I said skip the temples they're boring in a meeting to plan for the field trip.
一つ聞いておくが、最近夜遅くまで校舎にいたことはあるか？
ないわね。私が帰宅部だって知ってるでしょ、竜斗くんは。
当然だ。 生徒会長を任された以上、全校生徒の情報は把握している。
そうなら私に聞くまでもないでしょ。なんだってそんなことを聞くか知らないけど、生徒会の仕事を部外者に押し付けちゃまずいんじゃない？情報収集は一人でやりなさいよ。私みたいな部外者に頼らないで。
たわけ、お前のどこが部外者だ。うちの会計の首根っこ掴んで悪さをしたのを知らぬと思ったが、
あら、人聞きが悪いわね。あれは三辻さんに頼まれて部費の割合を明らかにしただけでしょ。みんなの予算がどこに使われているか調べるなんて生徒として当然の行為だと思うけど。
なんとうちの会計を1週間休ませた精神的ダメージが当然の行為なのか。とんでもない倫理観をお持ちのようだな、相変わらず。
あなたもね、部下の手綱ぐらいちゃんと握ってなさい。文化系ばかりひいきするのはフェアじゃないわ。
分かっている。だからこそ俺の手で不正を正したかったのだが。
伊勢、修理終わったぞ。
And then the guy appears, so I didn't expect to find here.
と、悪い。頼んだのはこっちなのに、エミヤに任せっきりにしてしまった。許せ。
そんなこと気にするな。で、次はどこだよ。あんまり時間ないぞ。
ああ、次は視聴覚室だ。前から調子が悪かったそうなんだが、この度ついに天寿を全うされた。
天寿全うしてたら直せないだろ。買い直した方が早いぞ。
そうなんだが、一応見てくれると助かる。俺から見れば臨終だが、お前から見れば仮病かもしれん。
This guy? People die when they are killed. Is that what he said one time?
そうか。なら試そう。
Yeah. I like him dumb. I might like him. The student president leaves with the male student. My thoughts have stopped with this sudden event. The guy with wrenches and spanners in hands turned back as if remembering something. But I feel like the other girl, whatever, I like him dumb, Bunny. The Mizuri girl, I like her the most.
朝早いんだな、
She's the most my
遠
type
坂。
so far. I don't think, never mind. I thought he was gonna be more carefree, but he doesn't seem very carefree, so never mind. Was that supposed to be a greeting? A student whom the president called Emiya leaves quickly. Emiya, Emiya Shiro from class 2.
それはいいんだけどさ。
How can I put it? It's just, I think it's hard to tell whether a guy who looks at home holding a wrench is useful or scary. It's 7:30 in the morning and there's no one in class 2A.
仕方ない。予習でもしてよ。
Sit on my desk and work on a few math problems. There's 30 minutes until homeroom. I guess I'll just be bored until my classmates arrive. Fourth period ends and the noisy lunch break begins. Our school is a cafeteria, but half the students stay in the classroom. Actually, most of the ones who stay are girls. The cafeteria food is rather roughly made, so girls tend to dislike it, and as a result...
遠坂さん、よかったらお昼ご飯一緒に食べませんか？
She's a maybe me too. Girls end up eating lunch together like this.
ありがとう三枝さん。けどごめんなさい。私今日は学食なんです。今朝は寝過ごしてしまってお弁当を作る余裕がなかったものですから。いや、そうなんですか。ごめんなさい。そうとも知らず呼び止めてしまって。私
Yeah, she definitely feels a little bit like me. Saisa-san looks downcast as if apologizing. She's one of the calmest in a class full of calm students and a kind person who cares about me for some reason.
余計なことだなんてそんなことはありません。今日はたまたまだから気にしないで。また明日これに懲りず声をかけてください。
I smile at her from the bottom of my heart.
はい。でも遠坂さんでも寝過ごすことがあるんですね。
Her smile is relaxed as she returns it with her own. Her smile is cute. Saigusa Yukika-san isn't the most beautiful person, but her smile warms the hearts of everyone around her.
ええ、そうなんです。なんとかごまかしてますけど、本当は寝ぼすけなんですよ、私。部活だって朝起きられないから入ってないんです。
Saigusa's sun expression reveals her surprise. Her presence just really relaxes me, but I just can't have fun talking. If I keep talking to people like this, I'm bound to reveal my true self.
それじゃあ食堂に行ってきます。三枝さんもごゆっくり。はい、遠坂さんも。
We exchange a warm goodbye and she returns to her group of girls. Seems like she's eating with Makidera-san and Himura-san. Oh yes, Saigusa-san is the manager of the track team. Makidera and Himura-san are the track team's hopefuls. Makidera is a friend of someone I sometimes go window shopping with, but I don't know Himura-san that well.
お、振られたね、ゆきっち。だから言ったでしょ、遠坂は弁当持ってこないって。釣りたかったらあいつの分も飯用意しないとね。
マキ、それは私たちも食堂に移動すればいいだけの話では。
Oh, I
ダ
like
メダメ、
her.
食堂は狭いんだから、弁当組が座れるスペースなんてねっての。それに遠坂と同席してみなさい。男どもの視線がうざいのなんの。
Do you guys mind if I go make a snack really quick? I'll be...
前の休みだってさ、二人で遊びに行ったのにあいつだけ得しちゃってさ。やだよね、美人を鼻にかけた優等生は。
Snack away. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh hey, sorry. Makidera speaks without thinking as the girl surrounds Saigusa-san's desk. In contrast to her nasty mouth, she's a Japanese beauty who looks wonderful in a kimono.
牧野氏、君の陰口は遠坂城に聞こえているようだが。
In contrast to Makidera's loudness, Himura is the cool, steady type.
やべ、遠坂に聞かれた。ゲゲ、めっちゃ睨んでるじゃん、あいつ。
別に遠坂さん、マキちゃんを睨んでなんかないと思うけど。
睨んでんだよ、あれ。あいつは笑ってる時が一番怖いんだから。なんだよ、いいじゃんか、口ぐらい。多めに見ろよ。私と遠坂の仲だろ。
She waves her chopsticks, puffing at her cheeks. The knowledge that this girl's hobby is collecting wind chimes just shows that the world is far too complex. Anyway, Anyways, it's not good for Seiga Susan to keep watching this. She's panicking, seeing Makidera continually talking bad about me.
気にしないでいいのよ、三枝さん。それと牧寺さん、おごらされたのは私で、品物はたい焼きではなくクレープでした。無意識に事実を改ざんする悪癖、次あたりに直さないと考えますよ。マジ怖え、あの笑顔。
Makidera hides by the lid of her lunchbox. Saying goodbye to the three of them, I leave the classroom. I shut the door behind me, and then...
なんだよ、大差ないじゃんか、たい焼きもクレープも。どっちも甘いの皮で包んでるんだからさ。
Her words are ones no girl should ever speak.
たい焼きとクレープが同じですって？
Is she really a girl, or all sweets the same to her? Perhaps she just has very convenient taste buds that can't tell a 500 yen crepe from an 80 yen taiyaki, but... Why, I could have saved 420 yen if I just bought you taiyaki to begin with.
何本気で悔しがってるんだ、私。
Guess I'm still tired from last night. Cafeteria would be too much effort, so I'll just get a drink and some bread and eat on the roof. I buy lunch and head for the empty rooftop. It's a convenient location as no student would come near it in the wintertime. It's too cold to eat. That's a small price to pay for being able to eat without worrying about other people.
さて、とりあえずご飯と。
I want my tomato sandwich and hot lemon drink. It's a simple lunch, but the taste is much improved in this peace and quiet. Finish my sandwich and hot lemon drink. I'm a bit tired. It's a difficult balance being a good student while trying not to be too social. It's my vanity, no, my conviction that I must be number one, both academically and physically. If I am to be a student, I want to be the best, and it's unthinkable for me to dishonor the Tosaka name. So that's why I'm a perfect student, flawless in all aspects. But at the same time, I also have a dangerous job as a magus, so I shouldn't associate with normal people. Normally, any magus whose identity is discovered has no choice but to eliminate the witness. I don't want to do that, so inevitably my social life has become a shallow one. I only hang out with Makidera on weekends, and I try to refuse invitations from friendly people like Saiga Susan. Even though I'm the best honor student in the school I live, trying not to become too important to anyone. Though sometimes when I'm tired like this, it makes me think that life is rather boring.
もう時間か。
Finish my drink and stand up. I should stop drowning in sentimentality and get back to being the usual Tosaka Rin once I go down the stairs.
ではホームルームを終了する。日直は日誌と戸締まりの確認を。部活動のない生徒は速やかに帰宅するように。
Today's homeroom teacher exits after repeating his usual line. As far as I know, the line hasn't changed all year.
遠坂、今日はもうお帰り？
ええ、朝方麻藤君と一件あったし、面倒になる前に帰るわ。
やっぱりそうか。麻藤のやつ、今朝は特に荒れてたからさ。遠坂に手ひどく扱われたんだろうなって思ってた。
そう、迷惑をかけてしまったかしら、三辻さん。
別に麻藤が下級生をいびるのはいつものことだし、あれはあれでいい精神鍛錬になるよ。
そう、よかった。じゃあこの埋め合わせはまた今度。
はいはい、これに懲りずまた寄っていってちょうだい。
I head straight home. Once I leave school, Tosaka Rin is no longer a student. The rest of the day is not for myself as a student. Said I must become a magus of the Tosaka family. Back in my house, I'm greeted by the blinking light on my answering machine.
留守電なんて珍しいな。相手はやっぱりあんたか、キレ。
I already know what he's gonna say, but it'll be scary later if I don't listen. Press the play button to hear a familiar voice.
私だ。分かっていると思うが、期限は明日までだぞ、リン。あまり悠長に構えられては困る。残る席はあと2つだ。早々にマスターを揃えねばならん。
The priest shows no mercy as he gets right to the point.
マスターの権利を放棄するというのなら、今日中に連絡しろ。予備の魔術師を派遣するにも。
Liar. Someone like you would be able to arrange a substitute in no time.
お前にはすでに0時の兆しが現れているのだ。さっさとサーバントを召喚し、0時を開け。もっとも、聖杯戦争に参加しないというのならば話は別だ。命が惜しいのなら、早々に教会に駆け込むがいい。
The message ends there. His words are concise. He's telling me that if I'm to fight, I should get ready by today, and if I'm not gonna fight, I'm an eyesore and should just retire quickly.
言われなくても分かってるわよ。
Well, it can't be helped. Today is as late as the deadline can be extended. Fortunately, I was able to decode Father's will last night, and my preparations are ready. All that remains is, yes, obtaining the qualification to enter this fight.
聖杯戦争。たった一つきりの聖杯を奪い合う殺し合い。何百年も前から伝わってきた聖杯の儀式か。
The Magi who participate in the Holy Grail War are called Masters. This is not so much a rank, rather it indicates one who is in control. The requirement to enter the Holy Grail War, that is to summon a familiar called a servant, to form a contract with it. No matter how great a magus a person is, one is not considered a master until he has a servant under him. Servants are being very different from normal familiars. The methods of summoning and controlling them are different as well. A magus planning to enter the war usually prepares a catalyst to summon
ほん
one.
と、父さんもセイバーにゆかりのものを残してくれればよかったのに。
I don't have anything with a connection. I can summon a servant. If I want to, I could summon one right now and form a contract with it. This town's sacred ground is under our jurisdiction. As a daughter of the Tosaka family, which has protected this town through generations, I will not lose to Magi from elsewhere. But that said, I guess you can't go out to sea without a compass, or perhaps I should say things are completely unplanned. Actually, never mind, she survived Steins Gate. Is this the no sex version of the game? I have no idea. There was no option to turn it on and off, so I don't know.
サーバントは
We'll
シーボル
find
に
out,
よっ
I
て
guess.
引き寄せられる。強力なサーバントを呼び出したいのなら、そのサーバントにゆかりのあるものが必要不可欠なのだ。
In other words, a sword, armor, talisman, bone of the servant, something like that, something valuable beyond belief. Probably the necklace she got, right? The pendant.
父さんの遺言に期待してたんだけどな。
Isn't she supposed to be smart?
これは
Shouldn't
これ
she
で
try
もの
that?
すごい切り札なんだけど。
Pendant I found last night in the basement is one of the best artifacts in its class. It's great in its own way. It's great, but it won't help me summon my servant. Why not?
いいわよ。そんなものに頼らなくたってなんとかなるわ。そもそも私以外にセーバーを扱えるマスターなんているはずないし。
Alright, I've decided. I don't want to make Kirei complain anymore by postponing it any longer. It's not like me to wait until the last second. It'll come down to just trying it. I'll face the summoning tonight with full power and obtain Saber by force. Late at night, the clock is about to strike 2. So it's the best time frame for my magical energy. The peak of my magical energy is exactly 2 in the morning. Since this will be my first and last chance, I can't afford any mistakes.
消去の中に大挙。大挙の陣を4つ刻んで召喚の陣で囲むと。
Engrave the circle onto the floor of the basement. You don't need a large-scale summoning to summon the servant. Servants are called forth by the Holy Grail, as the Master's priority is to keep the servant in this world and to supply them with enough magical energy to substantiate. The Holy Grail takes care of the summoning.
ソニ、銀と鉄、礎に石と契約の対抗。ソニは我が大使シュバインヨング。降り立つ風には壁を、四方の門は閉じ、王冠よりに出、王国に至る三サロは循環せよ。
So I continue with the greatest concentration. I want to do magic. Yeah. I draw the magic circle, normally written in blood, with my melted jewels. Using half the jewels I saved up so I can't fail for financial reasons too.
満たせ、満たせ、満たせ、満たせ、満たせ。ただ、満たされる時を破却する。
It's almost 2 in the morning. Completing the magic circle passed down through the family, I face it with all my power.
アンフォン、
Flip the formless switch inside me. I feel a sensation as if the contents of my body are being exchanged. The usual nerves invert into circuits transmitting magical energy. To this point, Reen is not human. She become a tool to attain mystic power. I'm melting from my fingertips. I'm being filed from my fingertips. The mana I'm taking is so concentrated that the original senses of my body are being repainted. So being filled is the same as being destroyed. Power that fills me is pure magic energy from the air. It's absorbed into my body, which has become a circuit and transformed to a different form of magic energy. The body of a magus is nothing more than a circuit. Circuit connected to the spiritual and the real. I feel like you would like Witch of the Holy Night. Is that another visual novel? We call the results of this the many mystic occurrences it has made real magic. My body is burning hot. Holy Night. Sounds like FF8. Another type moon. An illusion of myself grows horns. Illusion of wings growing out of my back. An illusion of scales on my hands. Sensation of being in water. I start to sweat. Stab, stab. Swords are driven to my body. This is the pain caused by my human body rejecting itself as the magic circuit. No matter how great a magus you are, a human is human. The pain will result as long as people use magic in a human body. But I do not lose my circulation. At the end of this pain, on the verge of elimination, lies the place of connection. Pain running through my left arm. The magic crust starts up on its own to help me. As a result, violates my nerves even more. The harvested mana in my blood. If that is burning iron, then the magic crust itself is like a nerve made of thorns. Should read it in Tsukihime? Yeah, I want to read Tsukihime too. Runs through my body like a centipede with fangs. Lose myself within that pain. But it's not really related to fate. It has 3 main characters. Female MC 2 is the main MC. Oh, okay. At the same time, I feel I've reached my goal. My overly sensitive hearing keeps recognizing the sound of the clock in the living room. 10 more seconds until 2 in the morning. The power within me is perfect and flawless.
すげる。
Let's start. Take the mana I've absorbed and turn it into fixed magical energy. Has the highest production values. Oh, cool. And now I have only to empty out the mana within me to move the engine called the Summoning Circle.
告げる。汝の身は我が元に。我が命運は汝の権利。聖杯のゆるべに従い、この意、この断りに従うならば答えよ。
My vision closes. The fifth element, said to be unperceivable by human eyes, is before me. So in fear of being broken by it, my vision shuts itself down.
視界よここに我は常世すべての善となるもの我は常世すべての悪を敷くもの
The fifth element owns the movie. Yeah, I've seen
汝
it.
三代の言霊をまとう七点緑地の輪より来たれ
Diva detective scene. Perfect. So perfect, I feel like I'm tugging on a whale with a fishing rod.
完璧間違いなく最強のカードを引き当てた
Jeez, I can't wait for my vision to return. My vision should recover in a matter of seconds, and there will be summoned servant right in front of me. Nothing.
はい
Nothing is nothing. There's no change. Reached out that much earlier and much ether and nothing is formed. Rin sounds so young. On top of that, hear an explosion from the living room.
なんでよ
I run. I keep running without thinking. I run up the basement stairs into the living room.
扉壊れてる
The living room door is crooked. There's no point in turning the handle. The door isn't open even as I push and pull it.
もう邪魔だかな
Without a crash, I kick through the door into the living room. And the instant I walk into the living room, I understand everything. The living room is in a big mess. This is her servant. Is this the guy she gets with, probably? It's full of rubble that must have fallen from the ceiling, and there's one man sitting on it cockily. Without a doubt, that's the cause of this mess. There's one thing more important than that. The wall clock is ticking away time, having escaped destruction. That reminds me. Yes, that's right. Come to think of it, every clock in my house was an hour early today for some reason. In other words, it's 1 in the morning right now. There's actually 1 more hour until my magical energy is at its peak.
またやっちゃった
I can do most things just like everyone else, but I have one hereditary curse. That is to make the biggest mistakes at the most important times.
やっちゃったことは仕方ない反省
You will like him, Bunny. I'm mad at my own stupidity. Still irritated, I glare at the man sitting there like he's so important.
それであんた何
開口一番それか。これはまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Man in red gives an exaggerated shrug. I do declare. The guy has a twisted personality. But this would be the servant? Since they called it familiar, I thought it was something shapeless, but this is human-like. No, that's wrong. Just standing there, I can tell this thing has outrageous amounts of magical energy. Don't be fooled by its appearance. This is certainly an existence far beyond human, a ghost that has reached the level of spirits as a human. Can't be overwhelmed forever. This thing is mine, so I'll have to change my thinking from now on.
確認するけどあなたは私のサーバントで間違いない？
それはこちらが聞きたいな。君こそ私のマスターなのか？ここまで乱暴な召喚は初めてでね。正直状況がつかめない。
私だって初めてよ。そういう質問は却下するわ。
そうか。だが私が召喚された時に君は目の前にいなかった。
本気？ひな鳥じゃあるまいし、目を開けた時にしか主を決められないなんて冗談はやめてよね。
The unknown servant frowns. It's a rather vague response, and I cannot tell if he's angry at my complaint or impressed at how correct I am.
まあいいわ。私が聞いているのはね、あなたが他の誰でもないこの私のサーバントかってことだけよ。それをはっきりさせない以上、他の質問に答える義務はないわ。
召喚に失敗しておいてそれか。この場合他にいろいろと言うべきことがあると思うのだが。
そんなのないわよ。主従関係は一番初めにはっきりさせておくべきものだもの。
Servant raises his brow. Perhaps because it was an imperfect summoning, this guy isn't even trying to hide his dissatisfaction with me.
主従関係ははっきりさせておくか。やることは知ってんだらけだが口だけは達者らしい。なあ、確かにその意見には賛成だ。どちらが強者でどちらが弱者なのか 明確にしておかなければお互いやりづらかろう。
Sherman looks at me meaningfully as he lays on the rubble.
どちらが弱者かですって。
ああ、私もサーバントだ。呼ばれたからには主従関係を認めるさ。どちらがより優れたものか、共に戦うにふさわしい相手かを測るのは別になる。さて、その件でいくと、君は私のマスターにふさわしい魔術師なのかな？
Servant grins. He smashed my house with that attitude, like he's king makes me angry enough. Now he's asking if I'm worthy to be a master.
あなたの意見なんて聞いてないわ。私が聞いているのは、あなたが私のサーバントかどうかってことだけよ。
I glare at him. I will not lose someone who looks down on me like this, Frank.
ほう、なるほどなるほど。そんな当たり前のことは答えるまでもないと。実に勇ましい。いや、気概だけなら立派なマスターだが。
だから順番を間違えるなっていうの。一番初めに確認するのは召喚者の務めよ。さあ答えなさい。あなたは私のサーバントなのね。
Step forward, ready to attack depending on his answer.
強情なお嬢さんだ。これでは話が進まんな。仕方あるまい。仮に私が君のサーバントだとしよう。で、その場合、君が私のマスターなのか？
当たり前じゃない。あなたが私に呼ばれたサーバントなら、あなたのマスターは私以外に誰がいるっていうのよ。
Someone pull my boiling head and glare at this rude guy.
おう、そうか。まあ仮の話なんだが、とりあえずそうだとしよう。それで、君が私のマスターである証は。
Sherman talks nonsense, grinning. He must think he'll panic about this proof of master thing.
ここよ。あなたのマスターである証って。
うん。
Show him the command spell on the back of my right hand. Don't think I don't know anything. Father talked a lot about masters, so I know about the command spell.
納得いった？これでもまだ文句を言うの？
Thus perform the proof that I'm a master. The servant and the rebel looks confused.
まあ言ったな。本気で言っているのか？
Chase clouds with discontent.
本気かってなんでよ？
その考えがだ。霊樹があればマスターなのか？霊樹などサーバントを利する道具に過ぎないだろう。まったく、そんな形だけのものでマスターブルとはな。私が見たかったのは君が忠誠を振るうにふさわしい人物かどうかだったのだが。
Also, I don't know Golden. I don't like him so far. I think he's annoying. That's true, but you'd normally think of the command spell when talking about the proof that one's a master.
何よ。それじゃあ私はマスター失格？
そう願いたいが、そうはいくまい。霊樹がある以上、私の召喚者は君のようだ。信じがたいが、
You would say, yeah, take this back
Kimi
guy
wa
or
hontou ni
this
watashi no
guy? Yep. I would be like, you can go back then, I don't like you. Gives an exaggerated shrug of his shoulders. This is bad. My boiling point is so low, it seems I won't be able to cool down in time.
全くもって不満だが、
Yeah, he's Sundari, so you won't like him now as the story goes on.
とりあえず君は私のマスターだ。だが、私にも条件がある。私は今後、君の言い分には従わない。戦闘方針は私が決めるし、君はそれに従って行動する。これが最大の譲歩だ。それで構わないな、お嬢さん。
Oh, I think this is it, Father. I'm almost at my limit.
そう。不満だけど認めるくせに、私の意見には取り合わないってどういうことかしら。
I ask a bit of trebly voice just in case. There's the issue of the command spell too, so this is my last warning, my biggest compromise I can make. And to that...
形の上だけはな。故に、形式上は君に従ってやる。だが、戦うのは私自身だ。君はこの家の地下にでも隠れて、聖杯戦争が終わるまでじっとしていればいい。それなら、未熟な君でも、命だけは助かるだろう。
Till tells me he has no hope for me with the eyes full of disdain.
怒ったのか？いや、もちろん君の立場は尊重するよ。私はマスターを勝利させるために呼ばれたものだからな。私の勝利は君のものだし、戦いで得たものは全て君にくれてやる。どうせ君にレイジは使えまい。まあ、後のことは私に任せて、君は自分の身の安全を。
頭きた。いいわ、そんなに言うなら使ってやろうじゃない。アーファン。
There's no holding back now. I have no sympathy for a twisted guy like him.
まさか。
そのまさかよ、この礼儀知らず。フィアトラーク、アイノイエナーゲル、アイノイエスケナツ、アイノイエスフィアブレヒン。
I know, that's the command spell. By order of the Holy Grail, I give the law of Venus to this one, my servant.
待て、正気かマスター。そんなことでレイジを使うやつが。
うるさい。いい？あんたは私のサーバントなら、私の言い分には絶対服従ってもんでしょ。
なんだと。
Symbol of my right hand throbs. 3 command spells. The 3 claims to the servant's unconditional obedience now use.
考えなすか君は。こんな大雑把なことにレイジを使うなど。
Huh? It's too late now. First of all, I wasn't expecting this either. I hate myself so much I want to die. To go ahead and use the important command spell for something like this. So, leaving their own living room behind me, moved to my room. In front of me is the servant who should be absolutely obedient for my command spell. He's there, but...
なるほど。君の性質は大体理解したぞ、マスター。
I think I'm gonna save here. Hello, hello. How are you guys? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right myself. Let me try to open this. Let's see how. Where did I put it? New folder, maybe. What is the password? I need to save this password. Hold on. Oh, I need to go to my history. This is all just to open Fate. Hold on. Click this. There's the password, ryugames.com. Apparently it's extracting now. I don't know what I'm doing. There you go. Well, I got it to open. Yay, my load is still here.
なるほど。君の性質は大体理解したぞ、マスタ
Why
ー。
is this so loud? Turn that down a little. How exactly is this absolutely obedient?
念のため尋ねるが、君はレイジュがどれほど重要か理解しているのか？
知ってるわよ。サーバントを律する3回きりの命令権でしょ。それが何よ。
いいかね。レイジュはサーバントを強制的に行動させるものだ。それは行動を止めるだけでなく、行動を強化させるという意味でもある。例えば 私はここから遠くの場所まで瞬間的には移動できない。だがレイジュで行けと命じれば、それが私と君の魔力で届くことならば可能となる。強制命令権とはそういうことだ。サーバント自身でも制御できない肉体の限界さえ突破させる大魔術の結晶が3つのレイジュなのだ。
知ってるわよ、そんなこと。いいじゃない、まだ2つあるんだし。あなたに命じた規則は無駄じゃないんだし。
確かにこれは私の誤算だった。レイジというものは曖昧な命令には効きが弱くなる。私を守り通せ、この戦いに勝てなどといった広く長く効果が続くものにはレイジの力が弱くなる。効き目は長く続くが苦痛が小さいため逆らえるサーバントも出てくるだろう。逆に次の一撃を死ぬ気で放て、あのグラスだけは壊すなといった単一の命令は絶対で、よほど強力なサーバントでも逆らうのは難しくなる。さて、ここまでで私が言いたいことがわかるな、マスター。
Zen, I saw that you had a hard day yesterday. I just want to say I'm sorry you were going through that tough time, and you know, just know that we're all here for you here, and I hope it's a better day today. Oh, you have played it? Nice. I just caught up with White Elm too. Damn, they got you to even feel bad for Setsuna. Did you see her face though, Strange? The face she made? That was crazy.
わかるわよ。要するに広く長い命令は意味がないんでしょ。効果も戒めも薄いならサーバントはレイジュに逆らって行動できる。
そうだ、レイジュとはもともと自分たちの能力以上の奇跡を起こすためのもの。それを代用の効く命令などで消費する具は許されない。
I appreciate it, Faye. Thank you. My childhood fucked me up and I'm working on it. Thank you though. I totally understand. Pure undead feeling, stone cold killer face. Yeah, I totally get that. You know, I can't really erase, you know, that stuff, but hopefully over time you can learn to work through it. I know how hard that is.
君の先ほどのレイジはまさにそれだ。私が君に従うかは話し合いで解決できたことだし、仮にレイジを使ったところで全ての言動に絶対服従などレイジが100あっても実現できない。
じゃあ私のさっきのレイジは無意味ってこと？
通常ならそうなのだがな。どうも君の魔術師としての性能は桁が違った。
Is he happy or unhappy? Servant has a smile on his face as he sighs.
桁が違ったってもしかして。ちょっとあなた、自分が今どんな状態なのか正直に話してみなさい。
I have a gut feeling, so I ask him boldly.
ああ、誤算というのはそれだ。先ほどの命令では少しはマスターの意見を尊重しようという程度の心変わりにし
The
かな
girl
らない。
talking right now, I hate her so much. Oh, really? You don't like Ren? Is that her name, Ren?
だが今の私は君の言葉に強い強制を感じている。つまりマスターの意向に逆らうと体が重くなって動きづらい。
Servant shrugs his shoulders as if to say it's a pain. Yeah, it's Ren. No, I dislike her a lot. I read that wrong. I thought that was relationship. I read that as the girl I'm talking to right now. I hate her. Like, damn. Oh, I get it. Means the command spell wasn't meaningless and it worked in my favor. But this guy speaks as sarcastically as always, and it doesn't seem like he's weaker at all. Though even if he's weakened when going against me, I doubt 10 of me could take him on.
前言を撤回しよう、マスター。年齢は若いが、君は卓越した魔術師だ。子供と侮り、戦いから遠ざけようとしたのは私の過ちだった。
He adjusts his stance and bows his head politely.
やめてよ。確かにいろいろ言い合ったけど、そんなの喧嘩両成敗っていうか。
そうか。いや、話のわかるマスターで助かった。
I'm maidenless.
なんか切り返し早いわね、あんた。
I love that game.
何？誤算は誤算だったが、 嬉しい誤算というやつだったからな。これほどの才能があるのなら君を戦いに巻き込むことに異論はない。
He seems to be saying he's found a powerful master.
じゃあレイジュ抜きで私がマスターだって認めるの
Elden
ね。
Bling. Oh, yeah.
無論だ。先ほどは召喚されたばかりで馴染んでいなかったが、今では完全につながった。魔術師であるのなら契約によるつながりを感じられるだろう。
契約？
Now that you mention it, my body does feel strange. Feels like the nerves once closed within me are now pointing outwards, and on top of that, part of my magical energy is flowing into the man in front of me.
そっか。サーバントは聖杯に呼ばれるけど、呼ばれたサーバントをこの世に留めるのは、
そう、マスターの力だ。サーバントはマスターからの魔力提供によって魔力提供量は十分だ。経験的に問題はありそうだが、君の能力は飛び抜けている。普通の魔術師ならばサーバントを召喚した瞬間に意識を失っているだろう。だというのに君は活力に満ちている。先ほどのレイジといい、この魔力量といい、マスターとして君は間違いなく一流だ。
今更褒めたって何も出ないけど。
A bit embarrassed, I avert my gaze. I wasn't really expecting this. I'm forcing him to obey with the command spell, but for a servant and a being superior to humans, to honestly accept that I am his master.
で、あなた何のサーバント？
I collect myself and finally get to the point.
見てわからないか？ああ、それは結構。
No, I was just mistaken before. This guy certainly is making fun of me.
わかったわ。これはマスターとしての質問よ。ねえ、あなたセイバーじゃないの？
残念ながら剣は持っていない。
So I suspected. This is natural though. I mistook the time. The summoning circle didn't work and I even summoned the servant to the wrong place. It's all too clumsy to call Saber the strongest servant.
ドジったわ。あれだけ宝石を使っておいてセイバーじゃないなんて目も当てられない。
悪かったな、セイバーでなくて。
ああ、そりゃ通行のミスだから残念だけど、悪いのは私なんだから。
ああ、どうせアーチャーでは派手さに欠けるだろうよ。いいだろう。後で今の暴言を悔やませてやる。その時になって謝っても聞かないからな。
はい？
This is unexpected. The unknown servant seems disappointed by my fixation on Saber.
何？勘に触った？あーちゃん。
触った。見ていろ。必ず自分が幸運だったと思い知らせてやる。
Archer protests in their eyes. The air he carries is offensive, but his behavior seems childlike and pure. You know, he might be a pretty good guy.
そうね。それじゃあ必ず私を後悔させて、あーちゃん。そうなったら素直に謝らせてもらうから。
ああ、忘れるなよ、マスター。己が召喚したものがどれほどのものか知って感謝するがいい。もっともその時になって謝られてもこちらの気は晴れんだろうがな。
Archer grins again. Maybe he does have a twisted personality after all.
まあいいわ。それであんたどこの英霊なのよ。
Archer doesn't answer. His sarcastic tone disappears and he frowns seriously.
あーちゃん？マスターである私が。
それは秘密だ。
は？
私がどのようなものだったかは答えられない。
あのね、つまんない理由だったら怒るわよ。
それは。
Oh, that face again. Archer must be really troubled as he opens his mouth like he'd rather not say anything.
なぜかというと、自分でもわからない。
Wait, what was that?
はあ？何よそれ！あんた私のことバカにしてるわけ？
マスターを侮辱するつもりはない。ただこれは君の不完全な召喚のツケだぞ。どうも記憶に混乱が見られる。自分が何者であるかはわかるのだが、名前や素性がどうも曖昧だ。まあさして重要な欠落ではないから気にすることはないのだが。
Oh gosh.
気にすることはないっ 気にするわよそんなの。
Oh, we're gonna be here for a while.
あんたがどんな英霊か知らなきゃどのくらい強いのかわからないじゃ
Well,
ない。
hopefully I like it then.
なんだ、そんなことは問題ではなかろう。
さまつってあんたね、相棒の強さがわからないんじゃ作戦の立てようがないでしょ。
Good morning, and
そんなんで
school
戦
still
っていけるわ
sucks.
けないじゃない。
Well. Oh, I'm sorry, school sucks, Anya. I hope you're doing well, though.
何を言う。私は君が呼び出したサーバントだ。それが最強でないはずがない。
Straightforwardly. The knight in red looks at me with absolute confidence and trust. My thoughts freeze. There's no dishonesty in his words. He thinks more highly of my power than I do, even though we've only just met. My face is burning. Geez, I'm definitely blushing. Why am I so weak against unexpected things?
もういいか。誰にも正体がわからないってことには変わりはないんだし、敵を騙すにはまず味方からって言うし。
I say this out of my embarrassment looking away from Archer. Well, I can find out later how good of a servant he is. For now, I have a higher priority.
わかった。しばらくあなたの正体に関しては不問。それじゃあじゃあ最初の仕事だけど。
早速か。好戦的だな、君は。それで敵は？
As he's asking, I throw a dustpan and broom in front of him.
うん。
下の掃除お願い。あんたが散らかしたんだから責任持ってきれいにしといてね。
He stares there blankly for 10 seconds. After recovering his thoughts, he grabs the broom ready to make an objection.
待て。君はサーバントを何だと思っている？
使い魔でしょ。ちょっと生意気で扱いに困るけど。
Archer swallows his words. I don't intend to take back my words, and I do have a trump card.
意義あり。そのような命令はい
いの？これマスターとしての命令よ。マスターの方針に逆らったら体が重くなるんだっけ？まああなたはその程度じゃどうってことないだろうけど、そのペナルティは今を掃除するまで続くのよ。そんな状態で明日から戦っていくのは危ないんじゃない？
He grunts for a few seconds, clenching the broom. The servant in the red coat, Archer, closes his eyes in dismay.
了解した。地獄に落ちろ。
He acknowledges my request gracefully. Well, it's getting late, so I should rest for tonight. I can decide about how to treat him after I wake up. What the? My game just crashed. What the heck happened? Have you decided which route you're gonna do? I didn't even know there were routes, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going in blind. The hardest boss battle. For real. Sorry guys, let me try to reopen it right now. Well, we can skip a little bit. Whoops, I went way too far. Okay, there we go. The date of fate comes to a close. No, this night is the start of fate. There are 6, including myself now. Once the last someone summons a servant, the 7th one who is not yet a master, this holy grail war will commence. It's not far ahead. The battle I've waited 10 years for is about to commence. The Holy Grail War, it's a great ritual which has been practiced for hundreds of years. If one enters the ritual, one must eliminate the other 6, as it is a battle for one's life. It is said that the Holy Grail is in the land of Fuyuki, and that many Magi have fought each other here in the past. They had only one purpose, to obtain the noble phantasm called the Holy Grail. But the origin of the Holy Grail is unknown. It's certain that it never received the blood of God, but its power matches that of one in the legend. Yes, it is said the Holy Grail can grant any wish. Only one has the right to possess it. The Holy Grail can only grant one wish for one person. Yeah, there are 3 routes? Oh, okay. But 7 magi are needed to summon the Holy Grail in this land. 1 miracle, 7 collaborators. Well, the point is, it was only a matter of time before a fight broke out over the Holy Grail. Let me save. Began like an ordinary fight over resources. The 7 magi used the power of the Holy Grail equally to each summon a familiar as servant to battle the other magi. Only 1 magus will obtain the Holy Grail, and so each of them treated the other 6, once allies, as enemies, and a gruesome fight began. This is the ritual called the Holy Grail War, a competition between magi for the Holy Grail. Okay, I get it. They're getting the Holy Grail. Like, you don't have to repeat it 50 million times. The magi chosen by the Holy Grail are called masters, and each master receives a powerful familiar called a servant by the grace of the Holy Grail. Can we just agree on a wish, Jesus? There are 2 proofs someone is a master: summoning a servant, making it obey, and obtaining the 3 command spells that can order the servant. The first goes without saying. Yesterday, no, a few hours ago to be exact, I summoned Archer to be my servant. That leaves only the second. I must protect to the end this command spell that binds the servant. For a master, this is probably the most important thing of all. This pattern inscribed on my right hand after summoning Archer. This is the command spell. The holy sign granted by the Holy Grail is proof of a master who has summoned a servant. This mark with the concentrated magical energy is an instantaneous thing, not an eternal one. It is consumed by use, and as the appearance suggests, it has 1 use for each strike. In other words, only 3 times. A master who loses all 3 of their command spells will be unable to control their servant and faces death. So, the command spell must be guarded as closely as one's life. It hurts my head to think that I've used one's right at the start, but I wasn't completely meaningless, so I'll call it good. Because it's not unusual for servants to go against their masters. I'm fortunate to have been able to chain him using 1 command spell. Well, that's the gist of it. The Holy Grail War will start when the 7 servants are all summoned. I can't just sleep in. I don't know when the last master will appear, but it should be soon.
I'm
so tired. Looking out the window days, I notice the sun's way up.
9時過ぎてる。遅刻どころの話じゃない。
Glancing at the clock, I confirmed to myself that I'll be skipping school
体
today.
が重い。半分以上持ってかれたみたいね。
Sit up in bed and take a deep breath. I'm not tired just because I'm not a morning person. Like Archer said, a master who has summoned their servant cannot function satisfactorily.
そうだ。私、セイバーじゃなくってアーチャーを呼び出したんだ。
Can remember clearly. Well, it's not something I want to remember, but even if I don't like it, there's no second chance.
魔力が戻るまで1日ちょいか。今日は慣らし運転ってことにしよう。
Slowly climb out of bed. I fight a bit against the unseasonably warm air and my desire to stay wrapped up in my blanket. I knock out the desire to go back to sleep in the 3rd second of the match and check myself in the mirror. Nothing's obviously wrong except for the fact that I have only about half the usual magical energy in my body. Everything's up to par.
まあ、問題なんてあるわけないけど。
For now, I want to check the situation. The servant I summoned is Archer. He's a rude guy with no manners to spare for his summoner and master. And on top of that, he doesn't know who he is. I'm getting a headache already.
あいつの記憶が戻るまで切り札は封印か。思い出せないんじゃ使いようがないしね。
Servants are powerful familiars on their own, but what makes them most powerful is the fact that they all have 1 powerful secret move. Problem is, Archer says he can't remember what it is.
まあ、火はこっちにもあるし、なんとかやっていくしかないか。
That's right, this is how things ended up. We're both on the same boat. I hope he sorts out his memories soon, but with the way he's acting right now, who knows when that'll be, honestly. Looks like we've got a lot of problems ahead.
あ、見直したかもこれ。
The living room was just the way it was. I only expected him to clean up the rubble, so I moved him this far. He must have felt bad about making such a mess of the living room or he wouldn't have done this. I should call him admirable or maybe just a nice guy.
日はとっくに昇っているぞ。また、随分とだらしがないんだな。
I take it back. The shameless attitude, he doesn't deserve any praise at all.
おはよう。そういうあんたは随分とリラックスしてるようね。今を好き勝手使ってくれちゃってさ。
何？一晩過ごした部屋だからな。どこに何があるか把握したよ。おう、 ついでだから厨房も片付けておいた。もう少し荒れているかと思ったが、なかなか気の行き届いた厨房だ。
I'm getting a headache. Why is my servant checking my cleanliness? They say servants think only of battles, so maybe this guy's broken somehow.
なるほど。本調子ではなさそうだな。昨夜は元気だったが、睡眠をとって疲れが出たのだろう。紅茶でよければご馳走しよう。
So at home in a stranger's house, Archer stands, takes out a new teacup without a moment's confusion, and pours a fine rose-colored tea. There are all sorts of things I want to say, but I surprisingly don't feel like interrupting him. Every aspect of his motion is refined, and you could even say he's being considerate.
まあいいけど、疲れてるのは事実だし、飲む。
Take a seat. He hands me the teacup silently. I take a sip. Oh, it's good. Of course, it's an exotic Chinese tea. It's the best part of my favorite leaf, so I'll get mad if it tastes bad. In fact, I get mad when someone uses one of my favorites without my permission. Yes, I would get mad, but when it's brewed so wonderfully, I'm too happy to complain.
ちょっと、何笑ってるのよ、あん。
何、感想が聞きたかったが、その顔では聞くまでもないと思っただけだ。
Slam the cup down on the table.
もったいない。熱いうちに味わった方がいいぞ。私が気に障るなら消えているが。
ごちそうさま。結構よ。私は茶坊主が欲しくてマスターになったわけじゃないわ。
そうか。確かに私も茶坊主になったり後片付けをするために契約したわけではない。
ええ。私が求めているのは戦力としての使い魔よ。家事をこなすサーバントなんて聞いたことがないし、する必要も特にないわ。
特にはな。
別に好きなようにとって結構よ。それより、あなた自分の正体を思い出せた？
Archer shakes his head, just as I thought it's bad. If he can't remember after one night, it's not going to come back easily. Even if we test various things today, this is still...
わかった。あなたの記憶に関してはおいおい対策を考えとく。じゃあ出かける支度をして、ハーチャー。召喚されたばかりで勝手もわからないでしょ。街を案内してあげるから。
出かける支度？いや、そんな必要はないだろう。出るのならばすぐに出られるが。
あのね、そんな格好で出歩くつもり？どう見ても普通じゃないし、他のマスターが見たら一発でサーバントってわかるじゃない。私、自分から私はマスターですなんて言いふらす気はないんだけど。
ああ、そういうことか。それも問題はない。確かに着替える必要はあるが、それは実体化している時だけでね。サーバントはもともと霊体だ。非戦闘時には霊体になってマスターにかける負担を減らす。
ああ、そっか。召喚されたって英霊は英霊だものね。霊体に肉体を与えるのはマスターの魔力なんだから、私が魔力提供をカットすれば
自然。我々も霊体に戻る。そうなったサーバントは守護霊のようなものだ。レイラインでつながっているマスター以外には観測されない。もっとも会話程度はできるから偵察ならば支障はないが。
わ、便利。それじゃあ本当に他のマスターを探し出すなんて難しいんだ。
ああ。だが魔術師は魔術師を知覚できるだろう。それと同じでサーバントもサーバントを感知できる。優れた魔術を知るサーバントならば遠く離れたサーバントの位置さえ把握するだろ
う。Just as Archer says, a master is usually a great magus. A magus with strong magical energy is sensitive to other magical energy, but as far as I know, no one in this town has magical energy that strong.
で、あんたはどうなの？他のサーバントの位置、わかる？
マスター、私のクラスは何か忘れたのか？
Well, I guess not. Archer's magical energy isn't that strong. I expect only the servant caster would have enough magical energy to locate enemies from a distance.
わかったわ。じゃあ、とりあえず後についてきて、ハーチャー。あなたの呼び出された世界を見せてあげるから。
そう目新しいものではなさそうだが、それよりマスター、君大切なことを忘れていないか？
え？大切なことって何？
まったく君まだ本調子ではないぞ。
契約において最も重要な効果。
Equivalent exchange. Now, fundamentally, the reward for the servants is to participate in the Holy Grail War. There shouldn't be any more exchange necessary.
君な、朝は弱いんだな、本当に。
Archer says so in surprise. Listening to the sarcastic comment, I realized something. Come to think of it, he hasn't addressed me by my name.
ああ、しまった。名前。
思い当たったか？まあ今からでも遅くはないさ。それでマスター、君の名前は？これからは何と呼べばいい？
Archer asked sulkily. Damn it, he's a good person. Yes, there's some mistake. After all, there's no meaning to exchanging names. Servant and master have a relationship forced upon them by the command spell. For a contract with a normal familiar, the exchange of names is a great deal of meaning, but no such bond is needed between master and servant. But still, Archer calls it important, proof of trust that we shall be fighting alongside each other, even without the command spell.
私、遠坂凛よ。あなたの好きなように呼んでいいわ。
Give me a morning kiss. Oh. He answered bluntly, unable to be true to my feelings. Well, actually, it'd be probably easier for him to address me in a manner like you or master, and he'll probably call me that. But that said, Archer mutters my name to himself.
それではリンと。ああ、この響きは実に君に似合っている。
Hold on one second. I'm getting a hangnail. It's like bothering me so much. Okay, sorry. He says something outrageous.
リン、どうした？何やら顔色がおかしいが。
うるさい。いいからさっさと行くわよ、あーちゃん。とにかくのんびりしてる暇なんてないんだから。
I turn away and start walking. I'm vexed. I don't know why, but I am. Did Archer just say that to make me feel this
あり
way?
える。こいつなら絶対そうだ。
Yes, that must be it. So my face is getting hot and my heart pounding. They're all part of his plan. Be careful, Ren. You're gonna have to work with this crooked guy from now on. I go out with Archer. The city we live in, Fuyuki City, can be basically divided into two towns. Here, the place with the old houses and traditional buildings is Miyama City. On the other side of the river is Shinto, where modern development is happening. My house in the older section, Miyama City. Miyama City is broadly separated into two sections as well. This one of the sections, the western-style houses, where immigrants from foreign countries live. Archer's making me feel romantical. And on the other side of the area, the old Japanese-style houses with a mountain behind it. Both sections are on top of hills, so you could say both are suburbs. The houses between these two sections are relatively ordinary. The neighbors make me feel romantical. Looks cozy. Yeah, it does. I like how walkable Japan is. Like, I wish America was more, like, walkable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone in Japan walks to school. They can walk to the store. They're this ordinary. This is the crossroads of Miyama City, and the hill leading up to the western-style houses like mine. If only everything didn't roll out of cars. Seriously! On the opposite side, a hill leads to the Japanese-style houses. A bridge leads to the neighboring town of Shinto, and the other way leads to the school, shopping district, and even the Uru temple on the mountain. And this is the large bridge connecting Shinto and Miyama City. A few years ago, a big station was built over that site and has grown rapidly since then. Even though Miyama City and Shinto are in the same city, you can think of them as totally different places. The city's name Fuyuki, or winter tree, supposedly comes from the fact that winters are long here. Thinking about it, this place certainly has a long winter. In contrast, though, it's warm here in February. It here is about as warm as December everywhere else. I bet a few hot springs would turn up if you went digging around. Then again, this half-hearted cold would make a city a poor hot springs resort. Fuyuki City has a friendly winter and a strange climate that enters spring and April with no change. Shinto is all like this. The rapidly developing town started to build tall buildings as if rushed by something, and as a result it looks artificial. But that's only in the last 10 years. From what I hear, the big fire here 10 years ago pretty much burned down the whole residential district. These buildings were constructed on the land no one lived on anymore. And this is the center.
ここが信徒の公園よ。これで主だったところを歩いて回ったわけだけど、感想は？
I asked Archer is standing next to me. I can't see him, of course.
広い公園だ。だというのに人気がないのは何か理由でもあるのか？
やっぱりそう見える？まあ、ここはちょっとした曰くがあるから。
Prime real estate for football. I look around the park. The park is big and organized, should be a playground for kids even on weekdays. There are only a few people here and a desolate feeling runs through the place.
10年前の話よ。この辺り一帯で大きな火事があったんだって。その後町は復興したけど、ここだけはそのままなの。
Or soccer.
焼け野原になって何もなくなったから公園にしたらしいわ。
Archer says nothing, but even though I can't see him, I can tell he's feeling something special.
気づいたみたいね。そうよ。ここが前回の聖杯戦争決着の地。私も事情は知らないけど、前回の聖杯戦争はここで終結してそれきり。
なるほど。それでこんなにもここは怨念に満ちているというわけか。
わかるの？そういうの。
サーバントというのは霊体だ。そのあり方は怨念、妄執に近い。故に同じ無念には敏感なのさ。
Archer builds up an unusual term in a motionless voice. Reality Marble. One of the magics considered the pinnacle of magi, said to be infinitely close to sorcery. For hundreds of years, a boundary field has been the defensive field that protects the magus. But simply it's a vicious version of a security system on a house. A boundary field is something applied to an existing area or building to protect oneself from outside enemies, but it's merely a transformation applied to what already exists. But a reality marble is different. A reality marble is an image that arose reality, the image of a world of magus, a boundary field that paints over reality by letting a magus's heart take form. That's what we call a reality marble. In other words, it's a large-range magic that distorts and remakes the world as the magus wishes.
リン、どうした？
ちょっと意外だったから。こういう結界だなんて、あーちゃんのくせに珍しい言葉を知ってるなって。
なんだ、知っていてはおかしいか？
だってそうじゃない。こういう結界っていうのは魔術師にとっては禁忌中の禁忌、奥義の中の奥義だもの。
Isn't that right? I asked with my expression, and then I sensed him slightly sighing heavily next to me.
リン、英雄とは剣術、魔術に長けたものを指す。アーチャーだからといって弓しか使えないと思うのは勝手だが、私以外のサーバントにそんな楽観は持たないでくれ。
Come to think of it, he's right.
わかったわよ。今のは軽率な発言だったわ。次からは気をつけるからこれでいいでしょ。
リン、ズバリ言おう。君は優秀だが、それゆえに他人を過小評価する欠点がある。
何気に失礼なこと言うわね、あんた。
Reform, that's like turning bad habits out of a horse.
いや、失礼。別にリンがジャジャ馬だと言ったわけではない。単にイメージ通りの表現を使っただけというか。
なおさら悪いわ。
My right arm suddenly hurts.
ちょっと黙って、あーちゃん。
Command spell engraved on my right hand is hurting. A small warning as if to get my
誰かに
attention.
見られてる。
I extend my consciousness to the surroundings. I roll out the threads of my consciousness and search through the park.
私じゃ見つけられない。あーちゃん、あなたは？
難しいな。私には視線すら感じられん。
ってことは、見てるのはマスターね。
I don't know who it is, but if Archer can't sense it, it has to be a master. There aren't 7 of us yet, but if he wanted to, he could start the fight at any time. It seems the one watching us wants the battle.
レイジはレイジに反応する。マスターであるのなら、誰がマスターであるかは出会えば感じられる。
ええ。けど、高位の術者なら自分の魔力ぐらい隠し通せる。いくら霊樹同士が反応するって言っても、その霊樹だって魔力で発動するものよ。
厄介だな。では、こちらはいいように位置を知らせているということか。
でしょうね。まあ、私だって家探しすれば魔力殺しぐらいは見つかるだろうけど。
必要ない。
そう。だって隠さなければ向こうからやってきてくれるでしょ。こっちから出向く手間が省けるわ。
Archer takes a deep breath and goes quiet as if he's shocked.
何の自信過剰はいけないって言いたいの？
I ask her, remembering our previous conversation. But Archer just says that's
君はそのままが一番。小物にはつきまとわせてやるがよかろう。
He says, trying to hold back his laughter. Well, it's not like I like his response, but decided to continue walking around town. We toured the important places, really dragging our observer around, having dinner along the way and bringing things to conclusion. We've been walking along and now it's 7. At this time of night, our destination should give us the best view. A strong wind, the tallest building in Shinto. The view from the rooftop of this building is a fitting end for the stage.
どう？ここなら見通しがいいでしょ、あーちゃん。
はあ、将来君と付き合う男に同情するな。よくもまあ、ここまで好き勝手連れ回してくれたものだ。
何か言ったあーちゃん。
素直な感想を少し。と、確かにいい場所だ。初めからここに来れば歩き回る必要もなかったのだが。
何言ってるのよ。確かに見晴らしはいいけど、ここからわかるのは街の前景だけじゃない。
そうでもないが、アーチャーのクラスは伊達ではないぞ。旧兵は目が良くなければ務まらん。
そうなの？それじゃあここから家が見える？
いや、さすがに隣町までは見えない。せいぜい橋あたりまでだな。
嘘、タイルって橋のタイル？
That's not good. His eyesight could match telescopes we found on those rooftops.
びっくり。アーチャーって本当にアーチャーなんだ。
リン、まさかとは思うが、君、私をバカにしているんじゃないだろう。
そんなわけないでしょ。たださ、あなたってアーチャーって言われには弓使いっぽくないから、つい勘違いしてただけ。
それは問題発言だ。帰ってから追求しよう。
Seems Archer has taken a liking to the view as he falls silent. He's probably working out the town's layout. I can't interrupt while he's surveying the battlefield. I leave Archer's side and move to the edge of the building. All I can see with my eyesight is the lights below this building, like the headlights of cars in the street and the people going home after work. Can't tell what kinds of cars are, what kind of people they are. I can see them but still not see them. Just like noticing someone's watched me before but not being able to see the watcher.
少なくとも神道を根城にしている奴が一人いる。
I strain my eyes and stare below me. There are 7 masters in all. I don't know who the masters are nor which servants they command. Right now I assume all the masters are walking around town, collecting information on other masters. Suddenly I feel someone's eyes on me. There's no reaction from my command spell. I just feel someone's eyes on me.
下？
I look down. There are many people walking around on the road. Among them is a person. One person is looking up at me as if looking at the moon. Can't tell for sure who it is. I can't tell for sure, but I still know who it is. It's surprising. What is he doing at this kind
Lim.
of time?
敵を見つけたのか？
Archer called out to me as if sensing my excitement.
別にただの知り合い。私たちには関係のない一般人よ。
I answered, unable to hide my irritation, and leave the place where I was standing. There's no way he could have seen me from the ground. He must have been looking at the building by coincidence, so that doesn't mean I was noticed, but still, I'm angry that I let him see me acting as a magus. By the time I get back to Miyama City, it's already past 9 o'clock. Unlike Shinto, Miyama City is an old residential district. No one walks around after 9 and the town grows quiet as midnight.
こんなところね。街の作りは大体わかった？
ん？ああ。街のことならわかる。あとはおいおい掴んでいくさ。
なら今日はここまでね。私もまだ本調子じゃないし、家に戻って休みましょう。
We climb the road up the gentle hill, and there's someone walking in front of us.
あれ、さくら？
Oh, is this the girl who might be me, I think? This is bad. I don't want to see her right now.
リン、何を隠れている？
黙ってて。うん。あそこにいるの知り合いなのよ。今日は学校休んだし、あんまり顔を合わせたくないの。
As they speak, I looked at the figure ahead of us. On the road, there's the well-known first student and a foreigner I don't know. They're talking about something. It seems the foreigner is talking to Sakura against her
Rim.
wishes.
知り合いとは外国人の方か？
いいえ、知らない。この辺りは洋館が多いから、どっかよそから遊びに来てるんじゃない？
I say that much and scold myself for being too soft where that girl is involved.
あ、じゃあ、あいつ。
さあ、実態はあるから人間なのだろう。少なくともサーバントではない。
そうよね。マスターでもないし、ただの血は喧嘩か。
So I know that she's not the kind of girl to get in trouble with a guy.
二人とも言ったな。女は坂を登っていく。男は。
The blonde guy goes down the road we came up.
それじゃああなたはここを使って。私はもう眠るけど、何か質問はある？
とりわけ重要な疑問はない。すぐに戦闘を仕掛けない君の判断は正しいよ。今夜。
ええ。それじゃあ明日、今朝の紅茶をよろしくね。
Fatigue hits me hard once I walk into my room.
そうだ。眠る前にきれいに連絡しないと。
That annoying priest. He's already getting ready to call in the substitute magus. I don't really care about that, but he's my guardian, so I should at least do the right thing.
電話と。
Dial the number. Soon the fake priest picks up.
きれい？私だけど、昨日サーバントと契約したから。正式にマスター登録。
Brief silence. His silence has enough pressure to stress you even over the phone.
いいだろう。ではどうする？一度こちらに顔を出さないか？君のご両親から預かっているものも
ああ、それって父さんの遺言のこと？それならもう解読して手に入れたからいいわ。それじゃ気が向いたらお邪魔するからよろしく。
待てリン。マスターになったのな。
I hang up not hearing him out. Listening to his lecture while I'm tired won't help me recover my magical energy.
さて、これで準備は終わり。
And that's all that's left is to sleep. When I wake up next, it should be a completely different morning, 10 years ago. The Holy Grail War, in which my father competed as a master, was defeated. Now I'm entering the same battle. A new day. I think I'll save here. Oh, hello guys. I hope you're doing well today. If you're not, I'll give you a big hug if you consent, if you want one. Some people don't like hugs, and that's okay. If you don't want a hug, you won't get a hug. But if you want a hug, you could get a big hug from me. But anyways, sorry, I just feel a little silly today. I'm going to start with some Fate Yeah, so let me, oh geez, let me attempt to open this up. Okay. Oh, WinRAR, always telling me to buy it. I feel kind of every time I have to put the, okay, so the thing with Fate is the extraction was really weird. So instead of having an extracted folder where you can open it and then, you know, click the exe for the game, instead of that, what happens is it's like in this weird WinRAR version where it's not extracted. So you click on it and it opens this new WinRAR tab, all the stuff, and then you click the folder in there because it looks like a real folder, not like a WinRAR thing. So you click the folder and then it tells you to put in a password. So then you have to put in the password, and then it starts extracting, and then you have to select what folder to put into, and then it opens like this. Ta-da! Yeah, let me see. Can you guys see it? Yep, you can. Great. Yep. So let's get into it, my brothers and sisters and others, whatever gender you are, my children. Tutu. Huh, tutu, like a tutu. I love tutus, they're so pretty. So, after breakfast, I clearly explained my immediate plans. Let me turn it down a little. Archer hesitates but does not object. He must have realized yesterday I'm not the type to take back my decisions. I can kind of tell without him saying so. Archer is sarcastic, but he has an honest side to him, so it seems he won't complain about something he's accepted. Yes, in other words, he's faithful in an awkward way. This is my conclusion. No more of an intuition after watching Archer for all of yesterday. I'm a knight, bruh. So, my experience with Fate, so apparently there's like, oh hell no, why didn't it work? Wait, did it work? I didn't even hear the toot-toot-oo. Did it work? But I have my thing open. That's so weird. Let's see. There we go. I'm so sorry, Anya. For whatever reason, it wasn't connected, but I had it open, so it's not like... But hi, Anya! I hope you're doing well today. I didn't hear anything. Did you hear the next one that I did? I hope you're doing well, Anya. Are you in school right now, or are you done with school? No. No, why not? Wait a minute, is my desktop on? Oh my god, my desktop! Oh, my desktop isn't okay, let's see. Oh my god, you guys haven't been able to hear the music or anything this whole time. There we go. I'm so sorry. I wonder what. It was, I think something glitched with my headset this morning, and so the desktop audio was not connected to my headset. So I'm really sorry about that. Okay, try it again, Anya. Try the tutu. You can hear it this time. We'll play some Steins Gate today. Play some White Album today. It's fine, it's fine. Yay, there we go. I'm not in the school today, gladly. Yay! No school today. Let's go. So what I was saying is my experience with Fate is I know there's like a gajillion Fate animes. And I think there's, I could be wrong, so, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. I think there's like the main story anime of Fate, and then there's a bunch of spin-offs. So I saw one of the spin-offs called Prisma Ilia forever ago, like when I was in high school. And so I vaguely remember characters. I don't remember this dude, but I remember Reen, and I remember there's a blonde chick with curly hair who does the oh ho 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 ho, that kind of anime laugh. That's all I remember. I don't think I remember any other characters except for Ilia and her friend. I don't remember her friend's name, but the girl who she like, the dark girl. Anyway, it's just really cute anime, but so that's my experience with Fate. So I kind of understand that there's like magic and stuff, but I don't. That's all I know.
それはないんじゃないかな。この町には魔術師の家系は遠坂とあと一つしかないの。そのあと一つっていう家系は落ちぶれてるし、マスターにもなってないし。
Have you seen Fate, Anya?
マスターになっていないとどうしてわかる？
あのね、うち以外に魔術師の家系がいるんなら真っ先に確かめるのは当然でしょ。そいつマスターにはなってなかったし、あっちの家系の後継者にはマスターになるだけの魔力がないから無視して構わないわ。
そうか。つまり凛の通う学校にはもう一人魔術師がいるのだな。だがマスターになれるほどの魔力を持ち合わせていないと。
そういうこと。だから他のマスターは外からやってくる連中が大半のはず。そんな連中が学校にまでやってくることはないでしょう。まあ今の段階ではな。
Apparently there's 3 routes in this visual novel.
だがリン、
I got no idea
何事にも例外は存在する。もし学校に君が知らない魔術師がいたとしたらどうする？
だからいないってば。魔術師っていうのは他の同業に敏感なの。1年も同じ学校にいたらね、どんなに隠してても魔術師の存在は感じ取れる。断言するけど、うちの学校に魔術師は2人しかいないわ。その分かった？アーチャーの用心はただの杞憂よ。そんなこと絶対にありえないんだから。
だからもしもの話だ。物事には常に裏目が存在する。本来ありえざることが起こるのもまた運命だ。もしそういった事態になった場合、私に八つ当たりをするのだけは思いとどまってほしいと言っているのだ。
I mean, my favorite visual novel, Higurashi, there's no choices in that ever, so... I mean, there's kind of one at the end, but not really, you know what I mean? Like, it reverts back to what it is anyways, like, the choices don't actually do anything. So, it's different. Anyways, Archer smiles dryly. Just that action makes me want to take it out on him, but if I did, I would be late for school.
そんなことあるわけないじゃない。もしもの話っていうのは起きないからもしもの話なのよ。もしそんなことになったら、その時は私の見通しが甘かったってだけなんだから。
よし、確かに聞いたぞ。それでは行こうか、リン。君の前。
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. My finger twitched. Like genuinely.
驚いた。もしもの話って本当にあるのね。
ああ、私も驚いている。いや、 何事もケチをつけておくものだな。思わぬところで役に立った。
I do not like arguing with people. And so, there's certain people who love to argue. Oh my god, it drives me nuts. I'm like, dude, leave me alone. I don't care. As soon as we pass the school's main gate, we joke around like that. Around us, students are heading to classrooms and it's almost time for homeroom. In the crowd of people rushing into the school building, we stand dumbfounded. Excuse me.
空気がよどんでるどころの話じゃない。これもう結界が張られてない？
I can stagnate your air, baby girl.
完全にではないが、
I'm sorry.
すでに準備は始まっているようだな。ここまで派手にやっているということは、よほどの大物か。
とんでもない素人ね。異常を感じさせる結界なんて三流だもの。やるんなら仕掛ける時まで隠し通しておくのが一流よ。
で、君はどちらだと思う？
さあ、一流だろうが三流だろうが知ったことじゃないわ。
I just go with yeah, sure, dude, if someone starts stupidly arguing with me. Yeah, eventually I'm just like, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say.
私のテリトリーでこんなゲスなもの仕掛けたやつなんて問答無用でぶっ倒すだけよ。
I wonder why people get like that. Maybe they never, I don't know, I'm thinking like psychology things randomly, like I wonder what's behind that. I walk angrily through the schoolyard. As a magus, I'm not about to mince words, but I can't be satisfied until I properly punish the creator of this field. Boundary field, sorry. After second period, while walking back from the music room, I see a first-year student walking unsteadily. The student is carrying some stack of papers, and it looks like she's having trouble.
手伝うわ、さくら。
Oh, this is the girl we think might be me. Aw, cute!
遠坂先輩。
Cute.
何、プリント？世界史って言ったらうちの担任じゃない。クズキのやつ。女生徒に使いをさせるなんて何考えてんだか。ほら、半分貸して。あ、はい。ありがとうございます、先輩。いいっていいって。それじゃあこれ、さくらのクラスまで。
By the way, I want to start Higurashi, but I don't know which platform to read, VN or manga. Well, I know they're both good, but I would start with the VN and then go into the manga if you like the VN. That's what I recommend, because that's what I'm gonna do. I did the VN first, I loved it. Also, I can show you if you play the VN, I can show you the extensions that, like the mods and stuff, so you get voices and the sprites and everything. But, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. I'm too airheaded today. I'm like in the clouds. 7th mod, right? Yeah. Oh, okay, so you know about it. Okay, good, yeah. Hey, Jeremy. How are you? I hope you're doing well.
くずき先生のところです。誤字があったから回収するって言ってました。納得。くずきは融通きかないからね。
Have you read the OG
一つ誤字があったぐらいで試験を中止させるやつだった。
Hey, Mystic. I haven't read. I don't know anything about Fate except I watched one spin-off, Prisma Ilia, when I was in high school, and I barely remember it. So that's all I know about. So I think, isn't this the original Fate? I thought this was the original Fate Stay Night. Or are you talking about the manga? But this is the first time I've read anything for Fate.
試験って学校の試験をですか？そう。あれは去年の中間試験だったかな。みんながガーッとマークシートを塗りつぶしてる時にやってきてね。誤字があるので正しい問題ではなかった。よって試験は中止。後日改めて行うってあの調子で淡々と言ったのよ。私たちも驚いたけど先生方も驚いてね。今でもあれは語り草よ。
And then I'll read your. Okay, here we go. I wanted to mention that I won't be around as much for the next month or so because I'm staying with my parents in my childhood home. I work from home so I can work from anywhere, but the setup is different here and I can't watch while working. Oh, no problem at all, Jeremy. You know, I hope you get some really great time and memories with your parents. And I hope you have an amazing time. That's really awesome. I hope you get to embellish and enjoy and all that. You know, my childhood home was sold because my mom... It's a long a story. But anyway, so I can't go back to my childhood home, and my parents are dead. So, you know, not to make you sad or anything. I'm in a really good mood, but I'm just saying, like, you should. I think it's awesome that you get that opportunity, and I hope you have an amazing time. How am I liking Fate though? I think it's interesting so far. I'm wanting to go more into it. I hear you. You give me advice from your unique perspective. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, it can be a really great time for you. So I hope it is. And no problem that you're not going to be here, you know. We'll still have the Discord, you know. So sometimes we can chat in there, whatever. My birthday is Monday. We're going out. OMG! Happy birthday! If I don't get to see you in time. Happy birthday. That's awesome. I hope you have a great time. Yay! Hold on. Okay, let me read this. I've seen in last year, he came in while everyone was filling their names and said in his usual turn that the midterm has a misspelling and he said that the question was correct. Okay, there we go.
なんか
And
く
it's
ず
good
き
to hear
先
you're
生
in a
らしい
good
で
mood.
すね。それ
Oh, yes.
先
Well,
生
basically,
物を教える立場に間違いは許されないって人ですから
I haven't had weed in the past few days, and now I do, so I'm in a really good mood. That's all that's happened. You know, the usual with me, really, you know.
くずきのは度が過ぎてるけどね。さくらもそのうち思い知るわよ。くずきの堅物ぶりったら岩か山かって感じなんだから。
Well, that's understandable. I don't think Nah, I'd probably still smoke weed if I was at my grandparents' house, but I'd hide it. Oh, I hope my grandparents never see this. I doubt they will. They don't do internet.
遠坂先輩、くずき先生のことが
But I
好きな
think
んで
they'd
す
be
ね。
okay with it, because I
先輩がそんな風
mostly,
に言う
it
なんて
helps me with
珍しい
anxiety
です。
mostly. So I think eventually they'd be okay with it. They'd just like
そう
probably be like, well, we
ま
don't
あ
want you to.
確かにくずきはもうちょっと柔軟性があればなって思うけど
I think that's they're kind of like that at this point. They're like, well, it's your life, your choices, but we don't like this. I think that, but I also think he's not bad this way. My grandparents are amazing, though. You know, I'm really lucky. At our school, there's a teacher liked by all students and a teacher feared by all students. The balance between the two works so well. I think Kuzuki Sensei is a good disciplinarian. He's the stick and the carrot and stick approach. Huh? Stick in the carrot and stick approach? What does that mean? Do you guys know? Is this some Japanese thing I don't understand? Huh? The stick in the carrot and the stick approach? I don't get it! I don't get it.
まあ2年になればもっとくずきと顔を合わせるようになるわ。あいつは倫理も受け持ってる
Okay
し。
then, whatever you say, Faye. Maybe that
そ
I んなこ
heard
とより
like
さくら
the
sex scenes
ちょっ
have
と聞
like
きたいこと
really
があるんだ
really
けど
funny.
いい
I don't think it's Japanese. The carrot is the reward and the stick is the punishment, e.g. the reward and punishment to control behavior. It's saying he only punishes. Oh. Thank you, Jeremy, a wise one, for explaining. Because I didn't get that. I was thinking it might have been a translation thing, because I was gonna say that the sex scenes in this game, I know they're really bad, like there's really funny lines. So I thought it might have been one of that things.
何ですか先輩。昨日の話なんだけど、さくら見かけない外国人と話してなかった？見てたんですか先輩。たまたま。それであれ何だったの？知り合い？
This is interesting. I'm curious too.
いいえ、それがそのよくわからない人だったんです。あの人、道
I'm
に
gonna
迷
grab
ってたみたいで
breakfast
し
real
た。
quick. Okay, yummy.
い
Oh,
ろいろ
this is
聞
the
いてく
voice
るんだけ
acting
ど、
cuts out during them and you
何を
press
言ってるの
forward.
か
Oh
聞き取
yeah,
れな
that's
くて。
nice. I didn't know that.
その
And so she ran away.
そっか。ごめんなさい。 少しだけ気になったから。
いえ、構いません。ここまででいいです先輩。あとは届けるだけですから。
そう？それじゃあまたね。
Matane. Pass the handouts back to Sakura as I head back to my class for my pause.
さくら、最近はどう？
はい、大丈夫。元気です、私。
そう。シンジがまた何かやったら言いなさい。あいつはどってものを知らないから。黙っていると悪化する一方よ。
By the way, it's been a while. Do you know the route system of Fate is extremely simple? No, I know nothing about it. I'm just kind of going in blind. But what was I gonna say? By the way, I haven't seen any point redeems in a while, which is totally fine. But if you guys are, just a reminder, if you guys have enough channel points, you can change a GIF on screen, or my PNG, the one that I just changed. So this is just a quick reminder, if you save up, you can do that. And also, if you're subscribed, you get more channel points. So, just saying. Just putting it out there.
心配いりませんよ先輩。兄さん、この頃は優しいんですから。
How do you do it? Okay, so do you see in the bottom left of your screen the little circle and you hover over it, it says channel points? If you click that, you can scroll and see the redeem. So yeah, I've got a lot of points and you can keep saving. How many? So you can, if you ever feel like changing the game that I'm playing, you can do that for 10k. If you want to change a GIF on screen, that's 20k. Or if you want to change the person like chatting as I am, the PNG, that's 50k. So if you want to save up for, those are like the big ones. And then there's like mini ones like accents and stuff. So it's up to you if you want to spend them or not. Or save or whatever. She says that with such a smile, I can't say anything else. I bid her goodbye once more and turn my back on the familiar junior. Cool. Yay! Yeah, just reminding y'all. The day ends. This is a pretty color. This is very comfy, you know? It's like nice sunset days. Nipa! 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 Nipa. Students leave the classroom and the building gets darker by the second. The sun will set soon. When the red sun sets and the night falls, there should be no one left in the school.
始めるわよ、あーちゃん。まずは結界の下調べ。どんな結界かを調べてから消すか残すか決めましょう。
I addressed my invisible partner. Archer must understand as I sense him nodding. A boundary field is something that protects its caster. You could call it a geographical magic in which one knits a line of magic across a land to change the interior. Hello, how are you? Oh, hello! Good, how are you, Moonlight? Infinite different effects are possible with a boundary field. Did you read my play? Oh, I totally spaced on it. Let me go check. I'll read it right now. Where'd you put it? Did you put it in the Discord? Oh, you put it in welcome. Okay, there we go. Oh, let me read it right now, actually. Alright, second to go down. Oh, it's a little... Oh, okay, it's pretty long. Okay. You know what? I'll read it, How about I read it on stream after this game? Are you okay with that? Are you okay with it being on stream? There are all sorts of boundary field, from the ones that conceal the area from people's eyes. It's probably not safe. Oh, okay. For sure. There's triggering topic. Okay. Well, okay. Then trying to think of how I can. I feel bad because I totally spaced. It's not like I didn't mean to not read it. And how about I pinky promise that after I stream, I will read it and I will put my opinion of it in the Discord after. I pinky promise. I'll even write myself a reminder. Sure. Okay, cool. Okay, I put myself a reminder. There are all sorts of boundary field, from ones that conceal the area from people's eyes to ones that limit the use of magic within them. The most aggressive of all are those that oppress life forms within them. The boundary field laid out over our school is that kind. It's not yet complete, but once it is, everyone in the school should fall unconscious. But something like that won't affect me. After all, a boundary field is something targeted, not at me, but at the place I am in. Such an indirect magical energy intervention has no effect on magi who have magical energy throughout their bodies. A weak current floating through the air will only be repelled by a strong current like myself. So this boundary field has a different intention. I don't know what kind of person set up this boundary field, but his intention is not to defeat a master. It's hard to believe, but his target is everyone in the school. There's only one reason to do something like that. Unbelievably, this guy is... How'd you get the VN? It was from a site. Do you need the site? I can link you the site if you want. Search the school building and emerge. Is that hollow? I don't know. Let me check. I got it from Ryu Games. Do you know that? This is where I got it from. Search the school building and emerge onto the rooftop to finish. It's dark outside. It's 8 o'clock now, way past the school closing time, which is 6. The only people still in the school are me and Archie.
これで7つ目か。とりあえずここが起点みたいね。
An 8-stroke mark is openly drawn on the rooftop. The purplish red character, only visible to Magi, is something I've never seen before, engraved with something unknown.
参ったな。これ私の手には負えない。
The person who set up this boundary field didn't think about anything. He didn't think, but the boundary field is bound with an amazing skill. I can temporarily drain magic energy from this boundary field, but I cannot eliminate the boundary field itself. The boundary field... Boundary field, 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 boundary field. Like, Jesus. I was trying to say it like a tongue twister. Can be reactivated just by having the caster put more magical energy into it again. Archer says nothing. He's been quiet ever since we came out to the rooftop. Probably because he too recognizes the power of this boundary field. This boundary field doesn't just drain one's strength. Once activated, it will literally dissolve all the people within it. There are fields that drain physical and mental strength from the people within them. But the field laid out over the school is on a completely different level. This is a soul eater. It is a blood fort that dissolves people within it and claims the souls that seep out. Since ancient times, souls have been hard to handle. Even though they're believed to exist and are necessary for magic, only one magus has ever understood the soul. Souls are only things to be investigated or things to be moved packed into containers. It's incomprehensible not merely to suck them out but also collect them in a single place. It's because a magus has no use for them even if one were to collect this unconvertible energy. So if there's a reason, it must be.
アーチャー、あなたたちってそういうもの？
I asked coldly.
ご推察の通りだ。我々は基本的に霊体だと言っただろう。故に食事は第二ないし第三要素となる。君たちが肉を栄養とするように、サーバントは精神と魂を栄養とする。栄養を取ったところで基本的な能力は変わらないが、取り入れれば取り入れるほどタフになる。
So someone's trying to eat the whole school to get their person all leveled up. Yes. Strengthen your servant, you must attack people indiscriminately.
マスターから提供される魔力だけじゃ足りないってこと？
足りなくはないが、大いに越したことはない。実力が劣る場合、弱点を武士で補うのが戦争だろ。周囲の人間からエネルギーを奪うのはマスターとしては基本的な戦略だ。そういった意味で言えば、この結界は効率がいい。
Archer's saying that if I want to win, I should kill people and steal their strength. How simple. I already knew that. So I think I know which path I'm gonna choose.
それ勘に触るわ。二度と口にしないで、アーチャー。
I hope that... Is there like a psychopath route in Fate? Because I want to go that one. I'm a little bit sinister. I say so while staring at the mark. For some reason, Archer sounds happy as he confidently answers.
同感だ。私も真似をするつもりはな
Well,
い。
we'll see. We'll see if I get the option. We're going crazy.
それじゃ消そうか。無駄だろうけど、とりあえず邪魔をするぐらいにはなる。
Approach the mark and extend my left arm. The magic crest on my left arm is the Book of Magic passed down the Tosaka family. Switch on my sense. I push magical energy into my magic crest, read the part that explains the elimination of boundary fields, and now all I have to do is activate it. Is this German? Reminds me of Oscar. Eliminate surgical extraction second section. I just rewatched Evangelion for like the 4th time with my friends. I touch the surface with my left hand and let my magical energy flow out. But I need to rewatch all the movies. I've only seen them once. This will at least wash the color off this mark.
なんだよ、消しちまうのか？もったいねえ。
Suddenly, as if to stop the erasure of the boundary field, a voice echoes over. Quickly stand up and turn around. It's this guy, OMG, the one that was flirting with us. Wait, no, it's not. He looks like a blue... No, it is. It looks like the guy who's flirting with us mixed with Archer. Quickly stand up and turn around. On top of the water tower, the sky 10 meters away, a guy is looking down on me. Deep ultramarine that melts into the night. His grin is wild and a bestial smile carries on the wind. The stare of a beast is a cold one. The man in blue looks at me like an old friend, even in this situation.
これ、あなたの仕業？
いや、小細工を浪するのは魔術師の役割だ。俺たちはただ命じられたまま戦うのみ。だろ？
Casual, but his voice is filled with murderous intent. This guy can see Archer.
やっぱり、サーバント。
そうとも。で、それがわかるお嬢ちゃんは、俺の敵ってことでいいのかな？
My spine freezes, a normal light tone of voice. It's colder than anything I've heard, scary enough to make me vomit. I can't tell how I should move or what my best course is, but my reason is telling me absolutely not to fight this man right here.
ほう、大したもんだ。何もわからねえようで要点は抑えてやがる。ああ、失敗したなこりゃ。面白がって声をかけるんじゃなかったぜ。
The man raised his arm. Happened in an instant, the arm that held nothing until now. Now holds a red weapon 2 meters long. Jump to the side without thinking. I can't spare time to consider that I can't jump full force while on a rooftop. I just jump with full force to the side as if trying to smash the fence. Whirlwind brushes past my hair. Barely made it. He rushed me in an eye blink and mercilessly slashed at the space I just occupied.
いい足してるな、お嬢ちゃん。
The blue whirlwind pursues me. There are no escapes. Fence behind me to my side, so I won't make it.
S イーストグロース S イーストクライ
My response is fast. I run the magic cross on my left arm, assemble the magic in a single measure. It lightens my body and just gravity. In the sense of my body comes light as a feather and I leap.
分かってる任せて
I jump over the fence and fall from the rooftop. The wind and pressure push against my body. 15 meters to the ground, 1.5 seconds until landing. Now that's so slow. Catch
フォッ
up.
クスゴッド S アトラスアーチャー着地任せた
Let Archer take the impact of the landing and start to run as soon as my feet touch the ground. First, I have to change the location. We have to go somewhere we can move around freely, not a small place like a rooftop. We have to move to a large field with no obstacles to play to Archer and my strengths. Run from the rooftop to the school ground in less than 7 seconds. It's more than 100 meters. My speed is so fast that normal people would only see a blur. But that's...
いや、本気でいい足だ。ここで仕留めるのはいささかもったいなさすぎるか。
meaningless against the server.
アーチャー
The moment I step back, Archer steps in front, taking form. A cloudy night. Archer's hand is a short sword that reflects the weak moon.
へえ、
Man crooks his
いい
mouth.
ね。そうこなくっちゃ。話が早いやつは嫌いじゃない。
A large whirlwind. Its weapon swung at me on the rooftop, the blood-red crimson lance that tried to mercilessly slaughter me.
ランサーのサーバント
いかにも、そういうあんたのサーバントはって感じじゃねえな。何者だ、てめえ。
Just like of his previous capital demeanor. In response to Lancer, full of murderous intent, Archer remains silent. The distance between the two is about 5 meters. The weapon in Lancer's hand is about 2 meters. That man with a bestial smell, I feel like the remaining 3 meters are meaningless.
まっとうな一騎打ちをするタイプじゃねえな、てめえは。ってことは、アーチャーか。
Archer doesn't respond to the sneering voice either. Confronting each other strangely are red and blue. The two counterfeit colored knights are watching for the other's clinching blow.
いいぜ。好みじゃねえが、出会ったからにはやるだけだ。そら、獲物を出せよ、アーチャー。これでも礼はわきまえているからな。それぐらいは待ってやる。
Archer's no response. There's nothing to say to an enemy he must defeat. The steel back of his seems to declare so. Made me realize it makes Chief Archer's just waiting for my word. My
アーチャー
Talk to his bad.
手助けはしないわあなたの力ここで見せ
Was that a laugh? He grins as if to answer my words, and the red knight dashes forward. Twirling gusts of wind. Short sword in hand, the red bullet launches.
バカが
What meets him is a blue spear thrust. If the dashing archer is a raging wind, the responding spearhead is a divine wind. The sword is swung to swing. That's a lot of swa. The sword is swung, a swing to deflect the thrust. Archer parries the thrust of the high-speed lance with a short sword. Jesus. The one in red stomps. The enemy did not permit Archer's rush. The enemy does not let him get within 2 meters the range of the spear. For a long weapon, the distance is always preferred. If, as Lancer had a weapon almost 2 meters long, he only needs to attack when the enemy comes into his range. Thrusting at an approaching enemy is easier than moving out yourself. But even so, Lancer closes the distance himself and doesn't even allow Archer to move
たわ
forward.
け旧兵風情が接近戦を挑んだな。
Jumper is like a burning fire. Lancer closes in with each blow with no thought of stopping. With a long weapon, it's suicidal to close into an enemy. The spearman's tactic is to use their long range to defeat an enemy and win the battle. So as Lancer is just advancing in check, he doesn't have a chance of winning.
嘘。
No, let's just play the book. Lancer's lance shows no vulnerabilities as it strikes through the throat, shoulders, forehead, and heart. Thrusts so fast, even the after images are blurred. Each strike of his lance repels, rebuffs, and pushes back Archer. Any one of his thrusts could be called a final blow. But even as a bowman, Archer's a servant. No ordinary attack can be a final blow. Having repelled the lance aimed at his forehead, Archer closes in with speed superior to Lance's lance. Based on its shape, you might think that the main attack of a lance is a thrust, but the basic strength of a lance is strings. Whew, lots of battle stuff. This is because a wide swing using its long range does not allow the enemy to dodge by stepping back. Partial retreat does not allow Seifen, and an attempt to counterattack will only result in a slashed stomach. By simply going forward, we'll end up in a smash strip from the long shaft of the lance. Long shaft. Archer and Lancer are similarly built. On top of that, Surfer Archer with no heavy armor, step in range of the lance swung like a whirlwind, but thrusts are a different story. A blazing flash thrust can certain to strike you is certainly scary. Oh my god! Too many things that are similar. Certainly. But as long as the attack targets a point, there are many ways to avoid it once you see it. As Archer did that... I'm getting wrecked. As Archer did just then, hitting the shaft of the approaching lance to redirect it slightly creates an opening. Mostly because he underestimated a bowman. The advantage of a long weapon is in the length and the freedom of its frame. Once Lance has discarded these advantages himself, his defeat is... When a red stopped, the nightmare is like time reversing. The thrust is faster than the previous one. Archer tries to parry the blow, but he gets flicked away along with his weapon. There are no openings in Lancer's attack. No, not just that, he thus increased in speed and power without limit and become a final blow even for a servant. We were the ones that underestimated him. For that servant, for Lancer's weapon, there are no general rules about lances. Hello! Oh, cute little girl, I don't recognize the pink hair. Hi, Strange, how are you? She's from a visual novel we're gonna play eventually called You and Me and Her, a Love Story. Her name's Aoi and she's me. Who could ever parry continuous attacks without even the space to breathe between them? Archer manages to retreat a bit and parries. As a result, the distance between them opens a little. The distance. Lancer uses the distance as a runaway to launch an even more powerful attack. The raging continuous attack is only a repetition of that, but the blows themselves are godlike. 10 blows already. No, it must actually be many times more than that. The heavy rain of the lance pours with yet more strength, trying to skewer Archer to death. It's not fast, it's just skill. It throws like a waterfall, no change in speed. What can Archer do as he fell on the defensive? With such a short sword, he only parried the lance. He has no way to close on Lancer and he continues to retreat. The vacuum of steel unfolds. Support, I have to back Archer up, but my threat will respond. My magic is poor aim. Once Archer gets far away from Lancer, I will hit him with my magic as well. Such an opening will only increase Lancer's advantage. At least I'm trinkling and captivated. This is battle between servants. This is the war itself, where we use heroic spirits, the highest rank of familiar, whom we would never otherwise obtain. Servants, familiar different classes that obeys the 7 masters. These are the highest ranked familiars called heroic spirits that the Holy Grail summons. So it's misleading to call them familiars. Originally familiars were just beings that ran errands for the mages. Imagine perhaps a cat in boots, or a cute white bird, or a black dog that doesn't obey its master, something like that. Familiars that are mere mages can summon are all of that level. Familiars are familiars. They're only mascots that run errands for their masters, so they cannot be beings stronger than their masters. But servants are different. They are the most powerful beings, Even for sorcerers, of which there are only 5 in this world, it would probably be impossible to form a contract with them. It's not that the summoning is hard, or even that the ability of the servant surpasses that of the mage, as servants themselves are beings above magic. I'll make it clear, servants are heroes from the past. Myth, legend, fable, history, fiction or not, the superhuman beings who gain concrete existence in folklore are what we call heroes. A hero that becomes eternal in people's minds is no longer human after their death and is promoted to another form of existence. Humans who bring about miracles, save people, and achieve great deeds are called heroes after their death. After being so called, they are promoted to heroic spirits after their death and become the guardians of humanity. Doesn't matter whether these people exist in reality or in stories, it is people's minds that create a hero. People's wishes that this is how things should be give them form and set them up as real. Authenticity does not matter. They can have form as long as they have fame as a legend and people have faith. The ultimate ideal humans have created, the greatest human people have created. These are heroes, the heroic spirits. Bunny, who would you summon from history or folklore to be your familiar? Oh. That's a good question. Huh. Let me think. Oh, you know who I would woo! Oh jeez, my mic almost fell over, sorry. I would do Alan Turing. He is the man who created the Turing machine. I'm saying Diogenes, I want to trash talk me, I don't care if he can fight, that's funny. Alan Turing is the man who created the Turing machine during World War II to decipher Nazi codes that eventually became the first computer. But he was gay, and so he killed himself because he was getting tortured, basically by people around him, and they like put him on a bunch of meds to not be gay anymore, and they did all these things and all these things to him, so he eventually killed himself. So I would bring him back, and I would, you know, accept him and let him know it's okay to be gay, and also he could do really cool computer shit and like help me with that stuff, you know. He helped you with the war, you should try to be more like him. He is a hero. And of course, since they are beyond human, they cannot be controlled by humans. A magus usually borrows their power only to mimic them. They can't summon the heroic spirits themselves. But the Holy Grail made that impossibility into reality. It summons the heroic spirit beyond human control and turns it into a familiar obedient to the master. This nonsense is proof that the Holy Grail is almighty. Oh, sorry, I had to crack my neck. And with the passing of years ignored, the heroic spirits are summoned. The most recent from 100 years ago, the oldest from the ancient days. I'm using the first command spell to make Diogenes work, he'll hate me. 7 heroic spirits obey each of the 7 masters, protect them, and eliminate the masters of the enemy. Heroes from every age and country are revived into the present day to kill one another for supremacy. That is why this ritual is called the Holy Grail War. Seems the Holy Grail has its limits too. Even the Holy Grail cannot indiscriminately call into the spirit-like beings. Just as a form invented by humans is required for the imaginary 6th element, known as the devil, to take form, the heroic spirits also need a form to live in this world. Form is their temporary name and the way they exist in this world. The Holy Grail is furnished classes so that the heroic spirits may take form more easily and only summons the heroic spirits that match these classes. It's like a passport to the present as it sets up a role as a familiar in advance. By allowing the summoned heroic spirit to take on that role, it helps the spirit to take form. If there are 7 masters chosen by the Holy Grail, there are also 7 servants obeying those masters. There are 7 furnished classes. Knight of the Sword, Saber. The Holy Grail, like Final Fantasy V's job system of combat. I don't know anything about Final Fantasy. Knight of the Lance, Lancer. Knight of the Bow, Archer. Mounted Soldier, Rider. Magus, Caster. Silent Killer, Assassin. Mad Warrior, Berserker. Only the heroic spirits with the attributes of these classes are summoned to the present to obey the master and become a servant. That's the servant system, a summoning and contract with a heroic spirit beyond human control to win the miracle beyond human grasp, the ultimate competition held only on this ground, the one and only Holy Grail War. A loud crash, the short sword that defeated Lancer's lance slides from his hand. This is Lancer's technique. A straight thrust that turned into a sweep at Archer's wrist, and the Archer cannot avoid it, even if he had seen it coming. There's no effective way of parrying a lance with a sword. Strong rebuff only results in a stronger counterattack, and a weak rebuff does not create any openings. The important aspect of the battle between a sword and a lance lies in defeating the enemy when he is at the wrong range. There's no hesitation in Lancer. If you want to push Archer back stops, you must intend to end the match in a single instant. The stairs with the firmly placed Lancer and the swordless Archer clash. In that instant, the lance is thrust just like a flash of light. It can't even be seen. Forehead, neck, and heart. 3 shots are launched, only in 1 fatal blow. But the flash too fast to see is repelled by a shining blade. The Archer's hand is in the short sword again. A sword like before, like a Chinese sword like a hatchet, but the biggest difference is...
二刀使いか。
Their swords. And his hands are matched swords, mirror images of each other.
旧兵風情が剣士の真似事とはな。
Lancer's lance flies. As if to finish Archer off, the lance moves faster and faster. Archer defends with a burning spirit. His hawk-like eyes say that he will not retreat anymore. Know that he will only advance from now on. The clashing sounds are like a well-orchestrated music. Two steels playing against each other. The spark clashes increase in the room and long. The battle feels like a vacuum. It's like the air around them, and it seems like anything approaching them would cut to pieces. In reality, it only lasts an instant, but for me looking on, it seems to take an infinitely long time. Lancer turns not to let Archer win her, while Archer advances using a sword as a shield. Over 100 blows have been thrown, and Archer loses the sword every time. But it's only for a moment as Archer has a sword in his hand, and the next instant forcing Lancer to back a little each time. Lancer finally misses KO. Even though he doesn't know who it is before him, he will be the loser because he loses to his inner blade. Sorry, something fell. Let me just fix that. The distance widens. Probably to recover, Lancer puts a large distance between them. His speed is extraordinary. Archer's charge is out of this world, but is still slow compared to Lancer. The movement of his retreat had panther-like speed and agility.
27。それだけ弾き飛ばしてもまだあるとはな。
He mutters in irritation. No, it's more like confusion. I feel the same way. According to Father, a servant carries only one weapon. Their weapon is filled with magical energy. So it's not like something can be created one after another like archers are studying. Servants are heroes that sublimate their spirits after death, equaling the Holy Spirits. To put it another way, they are like devils or angels. They are powerful familiars on their own. But their most powerful weapon is their Fruit of Heroism, a magical item called their Noble Phantasm. Let me go get some water really quick. Yeah. So the one and only weapon for a servant. This is because the Noble Phantasm is an ultimate weapon without equal. The lance the Lancer's using will show its power as a Noble Phantasm when the Lancer deems it necessary. Is an impressive weapon by itself, but its true ability is to release all of its power using its true name. Heroes' weapons which rule over all others, which have killed dragons and gods. Servants activate their phantasms using their magical energy. It's much like magic. They recreate the destructions and legend using their phantasm as a catalyst. Phantasms are never disposable. The sword that Archer brought must be excellent, but they cannot be his phantasms. He is the servant Archer, so the phantasm conceals must be a bow.
どうしたランサー？様子見とは君らしくないな。先ほどの勢いはどこに行った？
I think I'm gonna pause here.